Hi, everyone. I'm Jeremy Steele, Executive Director of the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association and a faculty member here in the School of Journalism at Michigan State University. Go Green! It's my pleasure to welcome you to today's MIPA Awards celebration. I'm coming to you live from the MIPA office in the Communication Arts and Sciences building on Michigan State's East Lansing campus. And of course, we are all here to celebrate the amazing work that students across the state of Michigan have produced in the past year. So welcome again, and let's have hopefully a little bit of fun today. In a few moments, I'll be announcing the winners in the Individual Category Contest print and online news categories. Category groupings in this area include news, art, and illustration, news design, news photography, and news writing. I'll be announcing winners today by division, starting with Division 1, and then I'll go on to Division 2, and so on and so forth. Between each division, I'll take a short break. If you don't know your division, you can look that up on our contest results page on MIPA's website, mipamsu.org. I'll also be showing you a list of each program, each media program in each division as I read through the names. All right, winners in our other areas of this contest are being announced in separate presentations, some of them already this week and some more tomorrow. You can view a schedule of all of our presentations on our website, as well as archived video of those presentations and a list of all award winners that have been announced. I'll be updating that list of winners at the close of today's presentation. MIPA's Individual Category Contest includes 108 total categories in all areas of student media. That includes broadcast, print news, online news, and yearbook. MIPA received 3,003 total entries in all categories of this year's contest. A report providing an overview of contest entries will be posted soon to MIPA's website, mipamsu.org. Entries were judged earlier this spring by MIPA advisors, college faculty, professional journalists, college journalists, and other volunteers who gathered together here at Michigan State, and some helped us remotely via Zoom to judge. 56 MIPA member media programs submitted 1,673 entries into the categories that I'll be announcing the winners of today. High school media programs have been divided into 4 divisions based on their school enrollment, with the largest high schools in Division 1 and the smallest high schools in Division 4. Middle school programs competing in this contest are in Division 5 in most of our categories today. Divisions for some categories have been merged based on the total number of entries received in that category. Before I get started, I do have a couple of super important announcements about MIPA programs that I want to tell you about. First off, if I can get my clicker working here, there we go. Here we go. First off, MIPA is excited to be moving back into the dorms at Michigan State on campus this summer. Help rebuild your media program's culture and skills that you need to know for next school year at the MIPA Summer Journalism Workshop. Here's Workshop Director Sarah Beth Badalamenti to tell you more.
Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend.
The workshop's back in person this summer, and I thought I would have a couple of my friends tell you about their experience at the in-person workshop.
My favorite part of the in-person workshop was being able to go onto the field at Spartan Stadium and go into the press box.
My favorite MIPA memory was in 2019 when I attended the Bobby Hawthorne experience. And I came up to Bobby on the first day of class, gave him my writing, and he said to me, quote, "Don't be stupid, quit using smart girl language." And that comment and his class single-handedly transformed my writing.
Hey, my name is Daniel Keene. I am shooting my video from the Unified Media Lab at Ball State University. My favorite thing about MIPA Camp was being around all of these people who were so passionate for journalism.
My favorite part was definitely being able to meet with, communicate with, and share ideas with so many different student journalists.
I would definitely have to say one of my favorite things about the camp was meeting new people.
My favorite part of the MIPA in-person workshop was just getting to see all the different student journalists that were brought together from all over Michigan.
It's the traditions coming back that I think makes this next camp so important. Whether it be a walk to the dairy store, the talent show at the end of camp, or even the volleyball tournament that happens throughout, those in-person experiences makes the camp special.
Join us July 31st through August 4th on Michigan State University's campus. Registration is live, and I can't wait to see you there.
Thanks, Sarah Beth. You can learn more about the workshop at mipamsu.org/MIPA2022. We do have scholarships and fundraising assistance available. We would love to see you here on campus for our 5-day program this summer. You can close out your school year with 2 more MIPA contests. Our special projects contest and social media innovation contest have both launched. They deadline May 6th. They are free for you to enter. These 2 contests go beyond the various contests that we do earlier in the school year. In our special projects contest, you can show us work that goes beyond the everyday for your media program. In our social media innovation contest, we want to see how you're using social media to do cutting edge journalism and to promote your media program. Again, the deadline to enter those contests is May 6th. They are free for MIPA members, although you may only enter 1 entry into each of those contests per member program. Advisors, have you ordered honor cords for your graduating seniors? The MIPA Honor Cord program is designed as a select privilege to recognize academic achievement and superior work in journalism and school media. Cords must be ordered by media advisors who are responsible for verifying that students meet the spirit of this honors program. Generally, I can get you honor cords within about 2 days of payment via UPS. We're hoping to ship out honor cords very soon, along with your award certificates. Learn more about this program and place your order if you haven't done so yet at MIPA's website, or contact me with any questions. We're getting closer. If you win an award today, you can also get the MIPA Awards badge. This is a digital badge that comes with verifiable credentials. You can share your badge on social media, on your website portfolio, and your email signature, anywhere you have an online presence. Follow the QR code here on the screen, which I will display again at the end of our Division I announcements to be able to get your badge. I'll also have some information at the end of today's program on how to get award certificates. All right, we're getting closer now. Here we go. Here are the schools in Division I of the print and online news categories, which include art, design, writing, and photography. There were 364 entries in these categories in Division I. Some of the programs you see on the screen here also are competing for awards in our digital media categories, which include social media. Those awards will be announced tomorrow. So come back, same time, same place. I'll read the names of all winners in today's presentation. So let me apologize ahead of time if I mispronounce your name. I also have a lot of names to read today, so hopefully my voice will hold out for all of it. I'll also show you the first place winning entry in our visual categories. You'll be able to read writing categories later this year on our Cut Above website, which features first place winners from previous years of our contests. All right, our first grouping of categories in Division I is News, Art, and Illustration. Here we go. Editorial cartoon. This is a combined Division I and II schools competing against each other. Honorable mentions in this category for Divisions I and II go to Mary O'Mealy from West Ottawa High School, Hannah Lessner from Utica High School, Caleb Yancey and Danielle Carlisi from Eisenhower High School, Parker Kamensky from Bloomfield Hills High School. Third place goes to Miranda Dama from Adlai Stevenson High School. Second place to Charlotte Knoller from Traverse City West Senior High School. And first place, editorial cartoon in Divisions I and II goes to James Hauk from Loy Norrick High School. Our next category is comic strip. This is another combined area where all of the schools in divisions 1 through 5, everybody is competing against each other. This is like WrestleMania, but with comics. Honorable mentions in this category in divisions 1 through 5 go to Joey DeRue from West Ottawa High School, Michaela Quinn from Midland High School, James Hauk from Loy Norix High School, and Caitlin Barr from Grosse Pointe North High School. In third place, Danica Harper from Loy Norix. Second place goes to Kaylee Kitts from Northwest. And first place, comic strip divisions 1 through 5 goes to Michael Wu from Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Our next category is illustration. Divisions 1 and 2 competing together against each other. Honorable mentions to Annabelle Bartz and Miles Slocum from Portage Northern High School, Megan Wisaki from Grosse Pointe South High School, Reha Khan from Eisenhower High School, and Isabella Bidler from Eisenhower High School. Third place goes to Hannah Lessner from Utica High School. Second place to Virginia He from Huron High School. And first place, illustration in divisions 1 and 2 goes to Kelly Park from Huron High School. Our next grouping of categories is news design for Division 1. First up, information graphic. Honorable mention in Division 1 to Elias Nagel-Bennett from Loy Norix. Third place to Ariel Abbott from Loy Norix. Second place to Sophia Considine from Eisenhower High School. And first place information graphic for Division 1 goes to Danielle Carlisi from Eisenhower High School. Our next category is advertising layout. This is divisions 1 and 2 together. Honorable mentions to Kristen Taylor from Traverse City West Senior High School, Ella Smith from Traverse City West, Grace Montgomery from Grand Haven High School, and Natalie Ishioka from Adlai Stevenson High School. Third place goes to Spencer Cadlett from Portage Northern High School. Second place to Annabelle Yee from Huron High School. And first place, advertising layout in divisions 1 and 2 goes to Grace Montgomery from Grand Haven High School. Our next category is front page in the style of news magazines. These are front pages where images play a very dominant role and text is relegated to inside pages. Division 1, honorable mentions to Jenny Kim and Holly McDonald from Rochester High School, to the generator staff at Henry Ford II High School, Grace Montgomery from Grand Haven High School, and Danielle Carlisi from Eisenhower High School. Third place to Kendall Westgate and Justice C. from Eisenhower High School. Second place to Miranda Dama and Madison Hudson from Adlai Stevenson High School. And first place, front page news magazine style, goes to Camille Burko, Grand Haven High School. Our next category is story package for Division 1. Honorable mentions today to Rachel Gollin, Justice C., and Allison Vose from Eisenhower High School, to Natalie Ishioka and Julia Ways from Adlai Stevenson High School. Third place to the generator staff at Henry Ford II High School. Second place to Sarah Meyer from Grand Haven High School. And first place, story package in Division 1 to Camille Burko, Grand Haven High School. Editorial opinion page or spread in Division 1, the honorable mention goes to Rahani Khan, Marcita Kugic, Hannah Siolik, and Alyssa Brown from Eisenhower High School. Third place goes to Camille Burko at Grand Haven. Second place, also to Camille Burko at Grand Haven. And first place, editorial or opinion page in Division 1 to Lauren Devereaux and Danielle Carlisi at Eisenhower High School. Next up, feature page or spread in Division 1. Honorable mentions to Jenny Kim from Rochester, Bella Koki of Henry Ford II, Shay Hathcock of Eisenhower High School, and Madison Hudson and Courtney Palmer of Adlai Stevenson High School. Third place to Daniela Danko and Danielle Carlisi at Eisenhower High School. Second place to Camille Burko at Grand Haven High School. And first place, feature pager spread in Division I goes to Grace Montgomery, Grand Haven High School. Sports pager spread is the category in Division I. Honorable mentions to Jenny Kim and Ariel Ocampo from Rochester High School. Jenny Kim and Preston Schroyer of Rochester. Shay Hathcock and Mackenzie Brickman of Eisenhower. Jasmine Grady and Madison Trottier of Adlai Stevenson High School. Third place to Danielle Carlisi, Rachel Gollin, and Raha Khan of Eisenhower High School. Second place to Misgana Dewar of Grand Haven High School. And first place sports page or spread goes to Megan Voorhees of Grand Haven High School. Next category is news page or spread. In Division I, our honorable mentions go to Camille Burko of Grand Haven and Daniela Danko and Hannah Siolik of Eisenhower. Third place to Vivian Potsgay, Daniela Danko, and Alyssa Brown of Eisenhower. Second place to Camille Burko of Grand Haven. And first place, news page or spread in Division I goes to Natalie Ishioka from Adlai Stevenson High School. Entertainment page or spread in Division I, our honorable mentions go to Ben Peace of Grand Haven High School and Shay Hathcock of Eisenhower High School. In third place, Natalie Ishioka and Jasmine Grady at Adlai Stevenson High School. Second place to Gabriela Gionjak and Olivia Donato at Eisenhower High School. And first place, entertainment page or spread in Division I to Ben Peace at Grand Haven High School. All right, that closes out design, and now we're on to our news writing categories. Now I have less to show you on the news writing categories because who, after all, wants to try to read an article from a blurry video stream? You'll be able to read all of these articles later on as we post them to our Cut Above website. You may also be able to get to any of these that are posted online via the list of winners that I will update to MIPA's website following the close of today's presentation. All right, enough talking. On to Division I news writing. Our first category is breaking news coverage for Division I. Honorable mentions to Megan Rockfellow of West Ottawa High School, Ari Jacob, Claire Hong, and Lulu Zhang of Pioneer High School, Hannah Locke of Loy Norix High School, and Danielle Carlisi of Eisenhower High School. In third place, Claire Hong of Pioneer. Second place, Josh Pohl of West Ottawa, and first place in breaking news coverage for Division I goes to RJ Dorowitz and William Price of Plymouth Canton Educational Park. Next category is news story. The honorable mentions in Division I go to Megan Rockefeller from West Ottawa, Jenny Kim of Rochester, Ari Jacob and Claire Hong of Pioneer, and Chloe Rathbun of Loy Norix. In third place, Fatima Faki and Jasmine Ward of Dearborn. In second place, Lauren Devereaux of Eisenhower. And first place, news story Division I goes to Arthi Amarnath of Novi. The category is follow-up news coverage. We have combined Divisions 1 and 2 together here because we needed you all to battle. It's more fun that way. Honorable mentions in Divisions 1 and 2 go to Josh Pohl at West Ottawa, Austin Lampier of Utica, Loriana Menino of Utica, and Ridima Kadali of Huron. Third place to Megan Rockefeller of West Ottawa. Second place to Ari Jacob and Lulu Zhang of Pioneer. And first place, follow-up news coverage for Divisions 1 and 2, Ridima Kadali, Huron High School. News brief for Division 1, honorable mentions to Aaron Puno of Pioneer, ×2, twice as good. Also to Elias Nagel-Bennett of Loy Norix. Third place to Michaela Stewart at Novi. Second place to Sarah Meyer of Grand Haven. And first place, news brief in Division 1 goes to Camille Burko from Grand Haven. News analysis for Division 1, our honorable mentions go to Gianna Bean of West Ottawa, Shyla Dozeman and Reagan Lai of West Ottawa, Ava Walker of Pioneer, and James Hauk of Loy Norix. In third place, Elliot Russell from Loy Norix. Second place to Sarah Meyer at Grand Haven. And first place, news analysis in Division 1 goes to Aaron J. Puno from Pioneer. Staff editorial is the game. Division 1, honorable mentions to the Bucks Blade staff at Grand Haven, twice as nice with 2 honorable mentions. Third place to the generator staff at Henry Ford II High School. Second place to Danielle Carlisi at Eisenhower High School. And first place, staff editorial in Division 1 goes to Danielle Carlisi from Eisenhower High School. Byline opinion article for Division 1. Our honorable mentions today go to Michaela Stewart from Novi High School, Arthi Amarnath of Novi High School, Gavin Moan of Loy Norix, and Jasmine Grady of Stevenson. Third place to Jonah Botkin of Pioneer. Second place to Danielle Carlisi of Eisenhower. And first place, byline opinion article for Division 1 goes to Berlin Hillman from Henry Ford II. Review is the next category for our Division 1. Our honorable mentions go to Evan Garleck and Ava McBride of West Ottawa, Ariane Olson of West Ottawa, Holly McDonald of Rochester, and Holly McDonald and Jenny Kim of Rochester. In third place, Hollis Masterson of Loy Norix. Second place goes to Lily Stroup of Novi, and first place for review in Division 1 goes to Ben Peace of Grand Haven. Feature columnist for Division 1. Honorable mentions today go to Connor McBride from Loy Norix and Megan Voorhees of Grand Haven. Third place, Tamale Hirsch at Novi. Second place to Lauren Devereaux at Eisenhower. And first place feature columnist for Division 1 goes to Arthi Amarnath of Novi High School. Pro-Con opinion columns is the next category. In Division 1, our honorable mentions go to the team of Gigi Fox and Connor McBride at Loy Norix, the team of Lucas Selheimer and Zachary Hiscock at Loy Norix, to the duo of Rockney Smith and Maddie DeMott at Grand Haven, and to Raiha Khan at Eisenhower. Third place, Lauren Devereaux and Ava Kaspari at Eisenhower. Second place, Anna Krupka and Natalie Wilcox at West Ottawa. First place to Fiona Dean and Riley Vining from Grand Haven High School in Pro-Con opinion columns, Division 1. In-depth feature in Division 1, our honorable mentions go to Kaya Denhoff and Abby Green at West Ottawa, Elias Nagel-Bennett at Loy Norris, Camille Burko at Grand Haven, and Danielle Carlisi and Lauren Devereaux at Eisenhower. Third place, Danielle Carlisi, Ava Kaspari, and Lauren Devereaux at Eisenhower. Second place goes to Camille Burko at Grand Haven, and first place, an in-depth feature for Division 1, goes to Hannah Locke at Loy Norix. Informative features, our next category. In Division 1, our honorable mentions go to Aaron J. Puno at Pioneer, Arthi Amarnath at Novi, Chloe Rathbun at Loy Norix, and Hussein Hamoud and Alex Ahmed at Dearborn. Third place in this category to Shyla Dozeman of West Ottawa. Second place to Camille Burko at Grand Haven. And first place, informative feature in Division 1 goes to Emilio Rodriguez from Plymouth Canton Educational Park. Our next category is human interest feature. In Division 1, our honorable mentions go to Clara Lano at West Ottawa, Holly McDonald at Rochester, Taylor Zakalik at Pioneer, and Lucy Russell at Loy Norix. Third place to Lily Strope at Novi. Second place to Hallie Pratt and Sydney Willard at West Ottawa. And first place, human interest feature in Division 1 goes to Grace Montgomery from Grand Haven. Personal narrative is our next category, and in Division 1, we have honorable mentions going to Reagan Lee of West Ottawa, Megan Splan from Rochester, Tia Pipe of Loy Norix, and Danielle Carlisi of Eisenhower. Third place goes to Luke Kearns at Dearborn. Second place to Solomon Bernstein at Pioneer. And first place, personal narrative in Division 1 to Amaya Kyles at West Ottawa. Personality profiles, the next category, Division 1. Honorable mentions to Megan Rockefeller from West Ottawa, Bryce Boggin of Rochester, Elias Nagan Bennett of Loy Norix, and Emma Steary of Grand Haven. Third place goes to Lauren Schwartz at Eisenhower. Second place to Sarah Meyer at Grand Haven. And first place, personality profile in Division 1 goes to Owen Foster and Ben Sanders at West Ottawa High School. Our next category is diversity coverage. In Division 1, our honorable mentions go to Flora Harper at Loy Norix, Camille Burko at Grand Haven, Emma Steary at Grand Haven, and Rahan Hamka and Sadie Wojtowicz at Dearborn. Third place goes to Katie Rauterbush at West Ottawa. Second place to Ariel Abbott at Loy Norix. And first place, diversity coverage in Division 1 goes to Kate Rauterbush, and Ben Sanders at West Ottawa High School. Our next category is environmental, health, or science. In Division 1, honorable mentions to Holly McDonald from Rochester, Carolyn Robinson of Pioneer, James Hauk of Loy Norix, and the team of Ava Kaspari, Olivia Donato, Reha Khan, and Gabriella Jonage of Eisenhower. Third place goes to Milo Turner at Loy Norix. Second place to Reha Khan, Gabriella Jonage, and Alyssa Brown at Eisenhower. And first place in environmental health or science goes to Grace Ridpath, Plymouth Canton Educational Park. Our next category is alternative story form in Division 1. Our honorable mentions today go to Ella Spooner and Natalie Wilcox at West Ottawa, Aries Felposh at Novi, James Hauk, Josephine Velo, and Amadi Maboop at Loy Norix, and to Danielle Carlisi and Daniela Danko at Eisenhower. Third place goes to Grace Montgomery at Grand Haven High School. Second place to Evan Gerlach and Ava McBride at West Ottawa. And first place, alternative story form in Division 1 goes to Karen Hernandez at Loy Norix. Sports feature story for Division 1, our honorable mention goes to Josh Pohl at West Ottawa, Michaela Stewart at Novi, Miskana Dewar at Grand Haven, and Joseph Ilya at Stevenson. Third place to Shay Hathcock at Eisenhower High School. Second place to Ava McBride at West Ottawa High School. And first place, sports feature story in Division 1 goes to Sarah Meyer at Grand Haven High School. Sports columnists, we've got a combination here of the entries in Divisions 1 through 4, duking it out for all the glory. Honorable mentions in this category go to Michaela Stewart from Novi, Mason Schroeder of Northwest, Benny Burke of Fenton, Joseph Ilya of Stevenson. Third place goes to Joe Craig at H.H. Dow High School. Second place to Grace Lloyd, Savannah Willis, and Emily Janot at Midland. First place to Lauren McGurk at Midland. Sports news story is up. Division One honorable mentions go to Ben Sanders at West Ottawa, Grace Montgomery at Grand Haven, Madison Yost at Grand Blanc, and Jasmine Ward and Alyssa Osada at Dearborn. Third place goes to Ari Jacob at Pioneer High School. Second place to Claire Hong at Pioneer. And first place in Division One sports news story, goes to Josh Pohl, West Ottawa. Our last grouping of categories is news photography. Here we go for Division One. First up, sports action photo. Honorable mention to Michaela Stewart at Novi. Third place to Grace Montgomery at Grand Haven. Second place, also to Grace Montgomery at Grand Haven. And first place, sports action photo for Division One goes to Lily Stroop at Novi. Sports feature photo in Division One. Our honorable mention today goes to Milo Turner at Loy Norix. Third place, also to Milo at Loy Norix. Second place to Grace Montgomery and Riley Vining at Grand Haven. And first place, sports feature photo for Division One goes to Grace Montgomery at Grand Haven. News feature photograph in Division One. Honorable mentions go to Elliot Russell from Loy Norix, Edith Pilarski of Henry Ford II, Danielle Carlisi and Lauren Devereaux and Ava Kaspari, the team from Eisenhower High School, and Natalie Ishioka from Stevenson High School. Third place, Jenny Kim from Rochester High School. Second place to Gigi Fox at Loy Norix High School. And in first place for news feature photograph in Division One, the Bucks Blade staff at Grand Haven High School. Environmental portrait is our next category. In Division One, our honorable mentions go to Lily Stroop of Novi High School, Elliot Russell of Loy Norix, Edith Pilarski of Henry Ford II, and Grace Montgomery at Grand Haven. Third place to Edith Pilarski at Henry Ford II. Second place to Hannah Locke at Loy Norix, and first place in environmental portrait for Division One goes to Grace Montgomery, Grand Haven High School. Photo story for Division One, our honorable mentions go to Gigi Fox at Loy Norix and the team of Camille Burko and Grace Montgomery at Grand Haven. Third place to Sydney Kroll at Grand Haven. Second place to Elliot Russell and Hannah Locke at Loy Norix. And first place photo story for Division One goes to Michaela Stewart and Lily Stroop at Novi High School. Congratulations to all of our contest winners from Division One. Kudos to you all. If I've read your name and you've won an award in today's contest, you can get, in addition to a certificate from MIPA, you can get a MIPA Award badge. This is a digital credential that you can use anywhere you exist in pixels, social media, portfolio, email signature, and lots of places that I'm sure I have no idea about. Complete the form at this QR code to get your badge. We just need a little bit of information from you so that we can issue you this credential. You can also follow the link shown here on the screen or find a link from our results page on MIPA's website. Advisors, we are planning to ship award certificates to you all over the course of the next few days as we wrap up our awards announcements. We'll hopefully send honor cords in the same package. We're watching those dates for honor cords closely, so we make sure to get them to you when you need them. If you have any specific needs for award certificates and shipping, you can fill out the awards shipping information form on our website. Just find the awards menu. It's somewhere around here on MIPA's website, and then scroll to the bottom and you'll find award shipping information. Fill Complete that form if there's anything special. Otherwise, we'll just be shipping everything to your school. There is an option to get award certificates in a PDF format instead of paper. So if you'd rather have digital files that you can print or students can print yourself, we're happy to do that. If you notice any spelling errors of names in today's awards listings, please let me know so that I can fix that before I hit print on certificates so that we make sure that those certificates are correct. Just drop me a note or give me a shout out at the MIPA office here. If you have any other questions about MIPA contests, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for Division I winners in today's print and online news categories. I will be back in just a moment. I need to reset things so that we can keep going with Division II. So please stand by and I will be right back.
It's intermission time, folks, so hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, mouth-watering goodies, everything from a snack to a delicious full meal. At our refreshment center, you'll find a large variety of goodies to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, or your sweet tooth. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Visit our refreshment center now. The show starts in 3 minutes.
Hey kids, how would you like to hear this on the screen instead of the great show you came to see? That's what you sound like. Honest. Please cooperate and do your part in keeping this theater quiet so everyone, including you, can enjoy it. Now remember, lots of adults and kids too paid admission to enjoy the show. We must insist on absolute quiet. Otherwise, we will be forced to evict all disturbance makers from the theater. Those asked to leave today will be refused admission to this theater in the future. Thank you.
The show starts in 2 minutes. The show starts in 1 minute.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Jeremy Steele, Executive Director of the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association and a faculty member here in the School of Journalism at Michigan State University. Go Green. I'm coming to you live from the MIPA office in the Communication Arts and Sciences building on MSU's campus to celebrate with you the amazing work that students across the state of Michigan have produced at their journalism, print, and online publications. A few moments ago, I announced winners in Division 1 of our News, Art, Design, Photo, and Writing categories. And in a few moments, I'll announce award winners in Division 2. And after that, 3, 4, and 5. So please, I'm here for the marathon, so hang around and we'll get through all of these winners. Entries in our contest were judged by MIPA advisors, college faculty, professional journalists, college journalists, and other volunteers who gathered earlier this spring here on campus, and some via Zoom to help judge all of our entries. There were 56 MIPA member programs that submitted 1,673 entries into the categories that I'll be announcing the winners of today. High school media programs have been divided into 4 divisions in these categories based on enrollment at their schools, with the largest high schools in Division 1 and the smallest high schools in Division 4. Middle school programs competed in Division 5 in most categories. Divisions for some of our categories were merged based on the number of entries that were received. Before I get started, I do have a couple important MIPA programs that I want to make sure to tell you about since I have you here as a captive audience. MIPA is moving back to MSU's campus this summer. I've never been so excited to move into a dorm in my life. Help rebuild your media program's culture and the skills that you will need to be successful in your program next year by participating at the MIPA Summer Journalism Workshop this summer. Here's Workshop Director Sarah Beth Badalamente to give you more information about our program.
Guess who's back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend.
The workshop's back in person this summer, and I thought I would have a couple of my friends tell you about their experience at the in-person workshop.
My favorite part of the in-person workshop was being able to go onto the field at Spartan Stadium and go into the press box.
My favorite MIPA memory was in 2019 when I attended the Bobby Hawthorne experience. And I came up to Bobby on the first day of class, gave him my writing, and he said to me, quote, "Don't be stupid, quit using smart girl language." And that comment and his class single-handedly transformed my writing.
Hey, my name is Daniel Keene. I am shooting my video from the Unified Media Lab at Ball State University. My favorite thing about MIPA Camp was being around all of these people who were so passionate for journalism.
My favorite part was definitely being able to meet with, communicate with, and share ideas with so many different student journalists.
I would definitely have to say one of my favorite things about the camp was meeting new people.
My favorite part of the MIPA in-person workshop was just getting to see all the different student journalists that were brought together from all over Michigan.
It's the traditions coming back that I think makes this next camp so important. Whether it be a walk to the dairy store, the talent show at the end of camp, or even the volleyball tournament that happens throughout, those in-person experiences makes the camp special.
Join us July 31st through August 4th on Michigan State University's campus. Registration is live, and I can't wait to see you there.
Thanks, Sarah Beth. Although what I really want to know is how much you had to bribe those people to say all those nice things. I'm sure not at all, actually. Learn more about our workshop at mipamsu.org/MIPA2022. Scholarships and fundraising assistance are available, and we would love to see you on campus with us for this 5-day program coming up this summer. We have a couple more contests coming up yet this school year that I want to make sure to tell you about. We have our special projects contest and social media innovation contest that have launched. Show us the work that goes beyond the everyday for your media program in our special projects contest. These entries are things that may not fit the criteria of any other contest that we might do at MIPA. It is free to enter. The deadline, though, is May 6th. In our social media innovation contest, you can show off how you're using social media to do cutting edge journalism and promotion for your student media program. Again, this contest also free to enter, but the deadline is May 6th. For each of these contests, you are limited to 1 entry per member program. Advisors, have you ordered honor cords yet for your graduating seniors? The MIPA Honor Cord program is designed as a select privilege to recognize academic achievement and superior work in journalism and school media. Cords must be ordered by media advisors who are responsible for verifying that students meet the spirit of this honors program. I can generally get you an honor cord order within 2 days of payment. We'll start shipping those cords very soon. They're actually all packaged next door here. Hopefully we'll get those out along with award certificates. We're watching dates of events very closely, so we make sure to get them to you on time. Learn more about our Honor Cord program or place your order on MIPA's website. Contact me if you have any questions. If you win an award today, you can also get, along with that fantastic MIPA certificate that you will cherish forever, as I have mine, the MIPA Award Badge. Now, I did not get the MIPA Award Badge because digital anything didn't exist back then. So the MIPA Award Badge is a digital credential that comes with verifiable credentials. It's like legit for real. It's not just like a picture. You can share your badge, though, on social media, display it in your email signature, or post it to your website portfolio. Use it anywhere you exist online. Follow this QR code, which I will display again at the end of our Division II awards, to get your badge. I just need a little bit of information from you so that I can issue you this credential. All right. Here are the media programs that are competing against each other in Division II of the categories that I am announcing today. There were 468 entries in Division II of our news, art, design, writing, and photography categories. Some of these programs may also be competing for awards in our digital media categories, which include social media. Those awards will be announced tomorrow, along with the coveted Spartan Award. I'll read the names of all winners in today's presentation, so let me apologize ahead of time for when, not if, but when I mispronounce your name. I'll also show you the first place winning entry in all of the visual categories today. Those of you who are writers, sorry, nobody wants to read writing on a blurry live stream. But you'll still be able to read writing categories later on this year on our A Cut Above website. And you can actually access many of the winning entries via the awards list that I'll be updating on our website at the close of all of our presentations today. All right. Here we go. Let's rock and roll. First grouping of categories is news, art, and illustration. Not Division I, though. We're in Division II. I hope I have the right slide deck. Let's find out. I think I do, but we're going to see. Editorial cartoon. Yeah, I do. All right. Sorry. Editorial cartoon is live, people. Divisions 1 and 2 combined together in a knockdown, drag out slugfest here. Honorable mentions go to Mary O'Mealy from West Ottawa, Hannah Lester from Utica, Caleb Yancey and Danielle Carlissi from Eisenhower, and Parker Kamensky from Bloomfield Hills. Third place to Miranda Dama from Stevenson. Second place to Charlotte Knoller at Traverse City West Senior High School. And first place editorial cartoon in Divisions 1 and 2 goes to James Hauk from Loy Norix High School. Comic strip is our next category. This is another combined area where we pooled all the entries from Divisions 1 through 5 all together to see who wins. Honorable mentions in this grouping goes to Joey DeRue from West Ottawa, Michaela Quinn from Midland, James Hauk from Loy Norix, and Caitlin Barr from Grosse Pointe North. Third place to Danica Harper at Loy Norix. Second place to Kaylee Kitts at Northwest. And first place, comic strip, Michael Wu from Krangsburg Kingswood Boys Middle School. Illustration, this is combined divisions 1 and 2. Honorable mentions to Annabelle Bartz and Miles Slocum from Portage Northern High School. Megan Wasaki from Grosse Pointe South. Raha Khan from Eisenhower and Isabella Bidler from Eisenhower. Third place to Hannah Lessner at Utica. Second place to Virginia He at Huron. And first place illustration in divisions 1 and 2 goes to Kelly Park at Huron High School. News design in division 2. Here are the categories. First up, information graphic. In division 2, our honorable mentions go to Alyssa Masowich at Traverse City West. ×2, twice as nice to Alyssa. Also to Alina Siddiqui of Grosse Pointe South and Fiona LaCroix of Grosse Pointe South. In third place, Annabelle Yee at Huron. Second place, Samantha Sawick and Grace Opsimer at Mona Shores. And first place, information graphic in division 2 goes to Virginia He at Huron. Our next category is interactive graphic. This is combined entries from divisions 2 and 3 competing against each other for like the WrestleMania style belt. Wouldn't that be a cool award? Honorable mentions here go to Samantha Drugel and Tristan Mann from Monroe, Natalie Lemon of Grosse Pointe South, Katie Hamilton, Natalie Lemon, and Olivia Waltz from Grosse Pointe South, and Mary Adele Grosso from East Lansing. In third place, Farrah Fossey of Grosse Pointe North. Second place goes to Madison Kessler and Ethan Endelman of Bloomfield Hills. And first place in interactive graphic for divisions 2 and 3 goes to the Northern Light staff at Portage Northern High School. Next up is advertising layout. Combined divisions 1 and 2. Honorable mentions go to Kristen Taylor of Traverse City West, Ella Smith of Traverse City West, Grace Montgomery of Grand Haven, and Natalie Ishioka of Stevenson. Third place to Spencer Cadlick of Portage Northern. Second place to Annabelle Yee of Ann Arbor Huron. And first place in advertising layout in divisions 1 and 2 goes to Grace Montgomery at Grand Haven High School. Front page news magazine style in division 2. These are front pages that look like a magazine with large art and little text. Honorable mentions in this category go to Astrid Code and Miles Slocum at Portage Northern. Astrid Code at Portage Northern. Rianne Leonard at Bloomfield Hills ×2. Third place to Ethan Smale at Utica. Second place to Emily Kuznar at Mona Shores. And first place in front page news magazine style, division 2, goes to Margot Murphy at Grosse Pointe South. New to the news magazine style front page game. Congratulations. Next up is our newspaper style front pages. These are your more traditional looking front pages with a mixture of photos and a lot more text. In division 2, honorable mentions go to Anna Sperry from Traverse City West, Riley Ashbury of Traverse City West, Rianne Leonard of Bloomfield Hills, and Allison Mee and Ridima Kadali of Huron. In third place, Ryan Leonard of Bloomfield Hills. Second place goes to Alina Siddiqui of Grosse Pointe South. And first place, front page newspaper style in Division 2, goes to Vish Gandesi from Huron High School. Next up is story package. In Division 2, our honorable mentions go to Anna Sperry at Traverse City West. And again at Traverse City West. Emily Kuznar at Mona Shores. And the team of Rianne Leonard, Cameron Kaufman, and Anna Bickersteth at Bloomfield Hills. In third place, the Northern Light staff at Portage Northern. In second place, hey, same staff there at the Northern Light and Portage Northern. First place, story package in Division 2 to Samantha Sowick and Grace Opsimer at Mona Shores. Next up is editorial opinion page or spread for Division 2. Our honorable mentions go to Alyssa Masowich of Traverse City West, Daly Jogan of Grosse Pointe South, the team of Madison Kessler, Seth Kruger, Lena Peterson, and Parker Kamensky at Bloomfield Hills, and to Allison Mee at Huron. Third place to Madison Kessler, Lena Peterson, Lindsay Zausmer, and Rianne Leonard at Bloomfield Hills. And second place, Vish Vandesi at Huron High School. And first place, editorial opinion page or spread in Division 2 to Abby Williams and Hannah Lesnar at Utica. Feature page or spread in Division 2, our honorable mentions go to Astrid Code at Portage Northern, Samantha Sewick at Mona Shores, Narajan Anantharaman, Grace Main, Carolyn Griffin, and Rachel Shepard at Bloomfield Hills, and Annabelle Yee at Huron. Third place to Alini Tekos at Grosse Pointe South. Second place to Alina Siddiqui at Grosse Pointe South. And first place, feature page or spread for Division 2 goes to Allison Mee and Annabelle Yee at Huron. Sports page or spread, Division 2. Honorable mentions to Ethan Smale at Utica, Riley Ashbury at Traverse City West, Jersey Vanderval at Mona Shores, and Annabelle Yee and Allison Mee at Huron. In third place, Vish Gandesi and Anita Genko at Huron. Second place to Cecile Walsh at Grosse Pointe South. First place, sports page or spread in Division 2, Rianne Leonard, Noah Roslin, and Taryn Sarakin at Bloomfield Hills. Next up is news page or spread in Division 2. Our honorable mentions go to Ethan Smale and Alex Schmidt at Utica, Wave Spence at Traverse City West, Cecile Walsh at Grosse Pointe South, and Lena Peterson, Madison Kessler, and Rianne Leonard at Bloomfield Hills. Third place to Vish Gandesi at Huron. Second place to Abby Hostler at Portage Northern. And first place, news page or spread for Division 2 is going to Samantha Sewick at Mona Shores. Entertainment page or spread in Division 2 is our next category. Honorable mentions to John Atkins from Utica, Bree Quick of Portage Northern, Allison Sewick of Mona Shores, and Annabelle Yee of Huron. Third place to Annabelle Yee and Allison Mee of Huron. Second place to the Hawkeye staff at Bloomfield Hills. And first place, entertainment page or spread for Division 2 goes to Rianne Leonard, Noah Goldstein, Maximilian Schenke, and Izzy O'Brien at Bloomfield Hills. And now our news writing categories. I don't have much to show you here except the wonderful names of award winners, but you can read these writing categories later on our Cut Above website, and potentially any of these entries that exist online are generally linked from our award winners list, which will be updated at the close of today's program. All right, here we go. In news writing, Division 2, breaking news coverage is our first category, and our honorable mentions to Alyssa Masowich of Traverse City West. She's got 2 of them. Also to Jane Kuhnlin at Grosse Pointe South, and Ridima Kadali at Huron. Third place to Seth Kruger at Bloomfield Hills. Second place to Evie Klepp at Grosse Pointe South. And first place, breaking news coverage in Division 2 is going to Ethan Smale at Utica. News story Division 2, honorable mention, Abby Hostler at Portage Northern, Samantha Sewick at Mona Shores, Anna Gulias at Grosse Pointe South, and Lydia McNanny at Grosse Pointe South. In third place, Ridima Kadali at Huron. Second place goes to Grace Lee at Skyline High School, new back in MIPA. Congratulations to the post. And first place, Gracie Weatherington at Utica High School. The next category is follow-up news coverage. Divisions 1 and 2 combined here. Honorable mentions to Josh Pohl at West Ottawa, Austin Lampier at Utica, Loriana Menino at Utica, and Ridima Kadali at Huron. In third place, Megan Rockefeller at West Ottawa. Second place, Ari Jacob and Lulu Zhang at Pioneer. And first place for follow-up news coverage in Divisions 1 and 2 goes to Ridima Kadali at Huron. News brief, Division 2, honorable mentions to Alyssa Masowich of Traverse City West Senior High School, Grace Wininger of Grosse Pointe South, Lena Peterson and Madison Kessler at Bloomfield Hills, and that pairing's got a second honorable mention as well. Third place to Amy Zhu at Ann Arbor Huron. Second place to Ashley McFadden at Traverse City West. And first place, news brief in Division 2 goes to Anita Ganko and Lydia Hargett at Huron. News analysis for Division 2, our honorable mentions go to Alex Schmidt at Utica, Daly Jogan and Madison Turnbull at Grosse Pointe South, Jaden Boster at Huron, and Michelle Sharania at Huron. Third place to Abby Hostler at Portage Northern. Second place to Genevieve Boutros at Grosse Pointe South. And first place in news analysis for Division 2 goes to Natalie Garwood at Utica High School. Staff editorials, our next category. In Division 2, our honorable mentions go to Abby Williams at Utica, Alyssa Masowich at Traverse City West, the Northern Lights staff at Portage Northern, and Anita Genko at Huron. In third place, Ridima Kadali, Vish Gandesi, and Allison Mee at Huron. Second place goes to Elizabeth Klepp at Grosse Pointe South. And first place, staff editorial in Division 2 goes to Paige Evers at Grosse Pointe South. Our next category is Byline Opinion Article. In Division 2, our honorable mentions go to Abby Williams at Utica, Samuel Klein at Ann Arbor Skyline, Annabelle Bartz at Portage Northern, and Elizabeth Klepp at Grosse Pointe South. Third place goes to Samantha Goldstein at Huron. Second place to Ethan Smale at Utica. And first place byline opinion article in Division 2 is going to Lindsay Zausmer at Bloomfield Hills. Review in Division 2, our honorable mentions go to Ella Rentala at Traverse City West, Rebecca Cook at Grosse Pointe South, Noah Goldstein at Bloomfield Hills, and Seamus Keene at Bloomfield Hills. In third place, Avery Bojamin at Portage Northern. Second place goes to Cecile Walsh at Grosse Pointe South. And first place, review in Division 2 goes to Ainsley Rosenberg at Traverse City West. Feature columnist is the next category in Division 2. Our honorable mentions go to Avery Bojamin at Portage Northern, Rebecca Cook at Grosse Pointe South, Benji Stern at Bloomfield Hills, and Eric Heng at Huron. In third place, Mia Dixon from Mona Shores. Second place, Haley Sandberg at Mona Shores. And first place, feature columnist Division 2 goes to Ridima Kadali at Huron. Pro-Con opinion columns in Division 2, our honorable mentions go to Chancey Boyce and Mandy Petkovich at Monroe, River Krause and Owen Sanford at Grosse Pointe South, Maddie Moss and Tyler Richmond at Bloomfield Hills. Third place to Quinn Newhouse and Tarek Furman at Huron. Second place to Anna Childs and Henry Melcher at Traverse City West. And first place Pro-Con opinion columns goes to the duo of Anna Childs and Henry Melcher at Traverse City West. They have a lot to argue about, clearly. Congratulations. In-depth features, the next category in Division 2. Our honorable mentions go to Ella Rentala and Will Stanton at Traverse City West, Ella Moravsky at Portage Northern, Anna Check and Anna Gulias at Grosse Pointe South, and Ridima Kadali and Lydia Hargett at Huron. Third place to Delaney Cram, Traverse City West. Second place to Vish Gandesi, Julie Park, and Verena Wu at Huron. First place in-depth feature, Division 2, to Alini Tekos and Megan Waisaki, Grosse Pointe South. Informative feature, Division 2, honorable mentions today to Alyssa Meshawich ×2, Noah Goldstein, at Bloomfield Hills. I should say Alyssa is at Traverse City West. And Vish Gandesi at Huron. Third place to Jane Kuhnlein and Lydia McNanny at Grosse Pointe South. Second place to Kaya Craig and Fiona LaCroix at Grosse Pointe South. And first place informative feature in Division 2 goes to Jaden Boster at Huron. Human interest feature in Division 2, our honorable mentions go to Ethan Smale at Utica, Anna Sperry at Traverse City West, Abby Hostler at Portage Northern, and Allison Sewick at Mona Shores. Third place to Allison Mee at Huron. Second place to Olivia McDougall at Grosse Pointe South. And first place, human interest feature, goes to Isabel Bauman at Traverse City West. Personal narrative in Division 2, our honorable mentions go to Jacqueline Brubaker at Portage Northern, Fiona Rudy at Bloomfield Hills, and Lydia Hargett at Huron. In third place is Stella Larson at Mona Shores. Ava Farah at Bloomfield Hills has second place, and first place personal narrative in Division 2 goes to Lily Ganaris at Traverse City West. Personality profile in Division 2 are honorable mentions to Anna Sperry at Traverse City West, Ashley McFadden at Traverse City West, Astrid Code at Portage Northern, and Haley Sandberg at Mona Shores. Third place to Simar Dillon at Mona Shores. Second place, Jane Kuhnlein at Grosse Pointe South. And first place personality profile in Division 2 goes to Megan Wasaki, Grosse Pointe South. Diversity coverage in Division 2 is our next category. Our honorable mentions to Astrid Code at Portage Northern, Maddie Kitchen at Grosse Pointe South. Let's just make everything go away there. Honorable mentions to Kaya Craig and O'Hara Diamond at Grosse Pointe South. And to Allison Mee at Ann Arbor, Huron. There's our third place, Samantha Sewick at Mona Shores. Second place, Ridima Kadali at Huron. And first place diversity coverage in Division 2 goes to Katie Hamilton and Julia Cato at Grosse Pointe South. Environmental health or science. In Division 2, honorable mentions to Alex Schmidt at Utica, Emily Kuznar at Mona Shores, Dylan Scheinfeld at Grosse Pointe South, and Anita Genko at Ann Arbor, Huron. Third place to Allison Mee at Huron. Second place, Anna Check and Anna Gulias at Grosse Pointe South. And first place, environmental health or science, Alini Tekos and Megan Wasaki, Grosse Pointe South. Alternative story form in Division 2, our honorable mentions go to Kylie Clifton at Portage Northern, Fiona LaCroix at Grosse Pointe South, Cameron Kaufman, Anna Bickersteth, and Rianne Leonard at Bloomfield Hills, and Annabelle Yee at Ann Arbor, Huron. Third place to Ethan Smale at Utica. Second place to Allison Mee at Huron. And first place alternative story form in Division 2 goes to Samantha Sewick and Grace Opsimer from Mona Shores. Sports feature story in Division 2, our honorable mentions go to Jackson Barnard at Portage Northern, Maggie Quinn at Grosse Pointe South, Jacob Ashkar at Grosse Pointe South, and Vish Gandesi at Huron. In third place, Quinn Newhouse at Huron. Second place to Mike Meekoff at Mona Shores. And first place sports feature story in Division 2 goes to Samantha Sewick at Mona Shores High School. Congratulations. Sports columnist. This is combined Divisions 1 through 4, all entries competing against each other from all of these schools. Honorable mentions to Michaela Stewart at Novi, Mason Schroeder at Northwest, Benny Burke at Fenton, and Joseph Ilya at Stevenson. Third place to Joe Craig at H.H. Dow. Second place to Grace Lloyd, Savannah Willis, and Emily Janau at Midland. And first place sports columnist Divisions 1 through 4, Lauren McGurk, Midland. Sports news story back to just Division 2. Honorable mentions to Peter Warden at Traverse City West, Jersey Vanderwall at Mona Shores, and the team of Jaden Boster, Leela Rekavidran, and Annabelle Yee at Huron. Third place to Ethan Endelman at Bloomfield Hills. Second place to Genevieve Boutros and Sophia Kapla at Grosse Pointe South. And first place sports news story in Division 2 goes to Riley Davey at Utica. All right. News writings closed out in Division 2. We're moved on to news photography. We got some pretty pictures to look at. Here we go. And our first photography category, sports action photo, is up. Division II honorable mentions to Ainsley Rosenberg at Traverse City West, Miles Slocum at Portage Northern, Amelia McLeod at Monroe, and Margot Murphy at Grosse Pointe South. Third place to Amelia McLeod at Monroe. Second place to Jackson Pollard at Huron. And first place sports action photo in Division II goes to Wave Spence at Traverse City West. Sports feature photo is next. Division II honorable mentions to Amelia McLeod of Monroe, Jersey Vanderwall of Mona Shores, Samantha Siwick of Mona Shores, and Sandra Fu of Huron. Third place to Ainsley Rosenberg of Traverse City West. Second place to Margot Murphy at Grosse Pointe South. And first place sports feature photo in Division II goes to Miles Slocum at Portage Northern. Our next category is news feature photograph. Division II honorable mentions to Spencer Cadlick at Portage Northern, Cherish Mendez at Mona Shores, Margot Murphy at Grosse Pointe South, and Ava Farah at Bloomfield Hills. Third place to Ridima Kadali of Huron. Second place to Amelia McLeod of Monroe. And first place news feature photograph in Division II goes to Miles Slocum at Portage Northern. Environmental portraits, our next category. In Division II, our honorable mentions go to Natalie Garwood at Utica, Abby Hosler at Portage Northern, Spencer Cadlick at Portage Northern, and Ava Farah at Bloomfield Hills. Third place goes to Ridima Kadali at Huron. Second place to Natalie Garwood at Utica. And first place environmental portrait in Division II goes to Sandra Fu at Huron. Photo Story, Division II, honorable mentions to Ainsley Rosenberg and Amelia Shoemaker at Traverse City West, Wave Spence at Traverse City West, the Hawkeye staff at Bloomfield Hills, Sandra Fu at Huron. In third place, Sandra Fu at Huron. Second place goes to Margot Murphy at Grosse Pointe South, and first place, Photo Story in Division II, goes to Amelia McLeod, Monroe. Congratulations to all of our Division II winners. That concludes all of the Division II categories that are getting announced today. If you received a MIPA award, not only do you get a fantastic MIPA award certificate on paper, but you can get the MIPA Awards badge. This is a digital credential that you can use anywhere you exist in a pixel format, social media, your website portfolio, your email signature, etc., etc. All you need to do to get your digital badge is complete the form at this QR code or this URL. Give me a little bit of information. I need your name, your email, the award you won, and I will issue you back our fantastic MIPA Award badge, which you can display online for the rest of your life. All right, advisors, here's how to get award certificates. Hey, just pick up the mail from your mailbox. That's the easier way. We're going to be shipping award certificates to you all at no additional cost to your school. If you need them, if you need something specific other than that, then you can fill out the award shipping information form. Just go to the awards menu on MIPA's website and down to the award shipping information item. There is an option there. If you'd rather get PDF certificates instead of paper, you can make that request, and I'm happy to do so. If you notice any spelling errors or other problems in the awards here announced today, please let me know about it so that I can fix those problems before I hit print on certificate. We want you to have flawless awards. All right, folks. Congratulations again to all of our Division II winners. I need to reset things here from the MIPA office so that we can move on with our Division III winners in just a couple moments. So please hang tight, and I will be right back to be with you.
Mr. Projectionist, stop the show. Here's great news you ought to know. We've just got a shipment of taste-thrilled treats, all tip-top quality and delicious eats. There are hot dogs and popcorn and candy galore.
There's soft drinks and coffee and a whole lot more. So direct your steps to our refreshment stand to enjoy the finest snacks in all the land.
Show starts in 3 minutes.
Like you crave that corn when it's freshly bobbed. You gotta beat it to the box with the butter on the top. Don't hesitate, mate. Make that scene. Get eyes for the coolest and dig some ice cream. Get with it, man. Start strolling down to the sweets that you're rolling, the best in town. Our candy's real gone, if I'm understood. To all you squares, that means the confection is positively delicious. Cork that stuff. Give me 5. Let me send you into this nutty jive. The cats go cool for the dog that's hot, and the burgers are the biggest. Dad, that's a lot. Go, man, go. It ain't very far. Shake it on down to this cool snack bar. Come on, Jill. Give us a treat. A friendly pepper-upper with a tasty beat.
Drink Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, 'cause it never lets you down.
Frosty, man, Frosty. Show starts in 2 minutes.
Hurry, step right this way, folks, for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, taste-tempting candies of finest quality. Enjoy popcorn, exploded into tender, delicious, crispy bites of crunchy goodness. Enjoy the tops in cool, refreshing soft drinks. If you want to enjoy some refreshments, this is your opportunity. There will now be a short intermission.
Show starts in 1 minute. And now, on with the show.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Jeremy Steele, Executive Director of the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association and a faculty member in the School of Journalism at Michigan State University. Go Green. I'm coming to you live from the MIPA office in the Communication Arts and Sciences building on MSU's campus. And we, of course, are here to celebrate the amazing work that student journalists have produced all over the state of Michigan in the past year. A few moments ago, I announced winners in Division 1 and 2 of our news, art, design, photo, and writing categories. And we are now continuing this marathon to see how long my voice will last this afternoon. In a few moments, I'll announce award winners in Division 3 of these categories, and then we'll do Divisions 4 and middle school following that. Before we close out today's presentation. Entries in our contest were judged by MIPA advisors, college faculty, professional journalists, college journalists, and other volunteers who gathered earlier this spring at MSU or via Zoom to help us judge. There are 56 MIPA member programs that submitted 1,673 entries into the categories that I'll be announcing today. High school media programs have been divided into 4 divisions for competition based on school enrollment, with the largest schools being placed in Division 1 and the smallest high schools in Division 4. Middle school programs competed in Division 5 in most categories. In some cases, divisions have been combined for some categories based on the numbers of entries that we received in those categories. Before I get started, I do have a couple of important MIPA programs I want to make sure to tell you about, since I have you here as a captive audience and I have the information that you desperately want to know. To get that information, you got to listen to this. We're excited here at MIPA to be moving back into the dorms this summer at Michigan State University. You can join us, help rebuild your media program's culture, and hone the skills that you'll need to be successful next year at the MIPA Summer Journalism Workshop. Here's workshop director Sarah Beth Badalamente to tell you more about our program.
Guess who's back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend.
The workshop's back in person this summer, and I thought I would have a couple of my friends tell you about their experience at the in-person workshop.
My favorite part of the in-person workshop was being able to go onto the field at Spartan Stadium and go into the press box.
My favorite MIPA memory was in 2019 when I attended the Bobby Hawthorne experience. And I came up to Bobby on the first day of class, gave him my writing, and he said to me, quote, "Don't be stupid, quit using smart girl language." And that comment and his class single-handedly transformed my writing.
Hey, my name is Daniel Keene. I am shooting my video from the Unified Media Lab at Ball State University. My favorite thing about MIPA Camp was being around all of these people who were so passionate for journalism.
My favorite part was definitely being able to meet with, communicate with, and share ideas with so many different student journalists.
I would definitely have to say one of my favorite things about the camp was meeting new people.
My favorite part of the MIPA in-person workshop was just getting to see all the different student journalists that were brought together from all over Michigan.
It's the traditions coming back that I think makes this next camp so important. Whether it be a walk to the dairy store, the talent show at the end of camp, or even the volleyball tournament that happens throughout, those in-person experiences makes the camp special.
Join us July 31st through August 4th on Michigan State University's campus. Registration is live, and I can't wait to see you there.
We would all love to see you back at Michigan State for this 5-day program. Please go to our website, mipamsu.org/MIPA2022 to learn more. We do have scholarships and fundraising assistance available, and you can learn more about all of that assistance on our website. We have a couple more contests that you can participate in before the end of this school year. Our special projects contest helps you showcase work that goes beyond the everyday for your media program. Entries into this contest typically are things that don't fit anywhere else in any of MIPA's other contests. The special projects contest is free to enter, although each MIPA member program is limited to 1 entry. The deadline to enter is May 6th. Simultaneously, we have our social media innovation contest also running. This contest helps you showcase how you've been using social media for cutting-edge journalism and to promote your media program. Also free to enter, also deadlines May 6th, also limited to 1 entry per MIPA program. We'd love to see what amazing things you've been working on. please consider submitting them into those contests. Advisors, have you ordered honor cords for your graduating seniors? The MIPA Honor Cord program is designed as a select privilege to recognize academic achievement and superior work in journalism and school media. Cords must be ordered by media advisors who are responsible for verifying that the students meet the spirit of our honors program. I can generally get honor cords to you within about 2 days of payment once we start shipping here in the next couple days. We're watching dates closely for graduation and senior honors related events, so we make sure we get that stuff to you. I'm hoping to send award certificates along with honor cords in the same package, so those should be coming really quickly. Learn more about this program, and if you haven't yet, you can place your order on MIPA's website. Contact me if you have any questions. If you are a MIPA award winner, you can also get the MIPA Awards badge. This digital badge comes with verifiable credentials. You can share your badge anywhere you exist online, including social media, your email signature, or your website, or anywhere you are in a pixel-based form. Follow this QR code, which I'll display again at the end of this program, to get your badge. You've just got to submit a short form. I need a little bit of information to be able to make the badge for you. You can also learn more about the badge program on our website or get the link to request your badge from our contest awards winner listing. All right, here are the programs competing in Division 3 of our print and online news category, which includes art, design, writing, and photography areas. I'll be reading the names of all winners in today's presentation, so let me apologize ahead of time for when I inevitably mispronounce your name. In Division 3, there were 371 entries. Some of these programs may also have entries in our digital media categories, which include social media. Those categories will have their winners announced tomorrow, along with the Spartan Award. So come back, stay tuned. We'll be back here 3:30. Hopefully, I'll still have a voice by then, by the time I get done reading all the names I'm reading today. All right. I'll also get to show you first place winning entries in our visual categories, including in this grouping. So that's pretty great. You get to see the names of all our winners and see what they did. For our writers, sorry, in our writer categories, it's really hard to read a good written story on a blurry stream. So instead, you'll have to tune in later to our Cut Above website, where you can read or look at all of our first place entries, or check out our awards winners list on our website, where many of the entries are linked. All right, here we go. Let's get started with our first grouping, news, art, and illustration in Division 3. First up is the category of editorial cartoon. In Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Tess Manley from Midland, McKenna Kramer from Midland, and Rachel Erdman of H.H. Dow. So we have like a City of Midland sweep in honorable mentions of this category. Third place to Farah Fossey from Grosse Pointe North. Second place to Bella Yoakum of Grosse Pointe North. And first place, editorial cartoon in Division 3, goes to Tegan Odell, H.H. Dow. Nothing worse than a sad backpack. Comic strip, Divisions 1 through 5. All of our divisions, all the entries in all of our divisions were pooled together to compete against each other in this area. Honorable mentions to Joey DeRue from West Ottawa High School, Michaela Quinn from Midland High School, James Hauk from Loy Norix High School, and Caitlin Barr from Grosse Pointe North. In third place, Danica Harper from Loy Norix, Kaylee Kitts from Northwest, and in first place, comic strip divisions 1 through 5, Michael Wu, Cranbrook, Kingswood Boys Middle School. Nothing worse than an unhappy snowman. Oh, congratulations, Michael. Illustration is our next category in Division 3. Our honorable mentions go to Chadwick Cole and Emma DeMarco from Wiley E. Groves, Grace Teachout from Jackson, Brooke Seymour from H.H. Dow, and Elizabeth Young from Dexter. In third place, Chloe Stafford from H.H. Dow. Second place, McKenna Kramer at Midland. And first place, illustration in Division 3 goes to Lauren Applegate from Midland. All right, our next grouping of categories is news design. First up, information graphic for Division 3. Our honorable mentions go to Lauren Applegate and Tess Manley at Midland, Hannah Monville, Jay Palmer, and Morgan Rocha at Midland, Gabby Miller at Grosse Pointe North. In third place, Kirsten Kenyon and Allison Sheets at H.H. Dow, Gretchen Rajewski at East Lansing, and first place, information graphic in Division 3, Caitlin Barr at Grosse Pointe North. Next up, interactive graphic. Here we pulled together all the entries in Divisions 2 and 3 competing against each other. Honorable mentions to Samantha Drugel and Tristan Mann from Monroe, Natalie Lemon from Grosse Pointe South, Kate Hamilton, Natalie Lemon, and Olivia Waltz from Grosse Pointe South, Marie Adele Grosso from East Lansing. In third place, Farah Fossey at Grosse Pointe North, Madison Kessler and Ethan Endelman at Bloomfield take home second place, and interactive graphic Divisions 2 and 3 first place goes to Portage Northern High School's Northern Light staff. Advertising layout. We have combined together all the entries from Divisions 3 through 5 for competition here. Honorable mentions go to Caitlin Barr at Grosse Pointe North, to the Crane staff at Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. They take home 2 honorable mentions. Third place, Lauren Vitagruber at Grosse Pointe North. Second place goes to the wind-up staff at St. Joseph. And first place for advertising layout in Divisions 3 through 5 goes to the wind-up staff at at St. Joseph. The wind-up staff at St. Joseph High School. Grosse Pointe on the brain. Don't know where that came from. All right, here we go. We're live, and we're moving on to front page news magazine style in Division 3. News magazine style. These are the front pages that look more like a magazine with very dominant photographs or illustrations and very little text. Honorable mentions in Division 3 go to Hannah Claffer at Midland, Sheridan Mask at Jackson, Adam Sedgman at Dexter. Adam picks up a second honorable mention from Dexter. Third place to Savannah Seabrooks at Grosse Pointe North. Second place to Caitlin Barr at North. And first place, front page news magazine style in Division 3 goes to Julian M. Longlet and Lindsay Jacobson from Midland. Front page newspaper style in Divisions 3 and 4, we've pulled all the entries together. These are your more traditional newspaper style front pages with a mixture of visuals and lots of text, usually. Honorable mentions in Divisions 3 and 4 to Rachel Erdman from H.H. Dow, Angelina Vitarelli from Fenton, the portrait staff at East Lansing, and the Cougar Criers Emily Kunzelman at Annapolis. Third place goes to Katie Hagan at H.H. Dow. Second place to Olivia Bargula at East Grand Rapids High School. And first place, front page newspaper style in Divisions 3 and 4 goes to Olivia Bargula of East Grand Rapids High School. Story package, back to just Division 3, our honorable mentions. We got a team here of Grace Lloyd, McKenna Kramer, Mariah Jacobson, and Jacob Worsley from Midland, Grace Teachout and Sheridan Mask of Jackson, B. Bielek of Grosse Pointe North, and Lily Trutowski and Sophie Collins of Fenton. In third place, Molly Killian of Fenton. Second place goes to Sophia Dragic of Grosse Pointe North. And first place story package for Division 3 goes to the Focus staff at Midland High School. Our next category is editorial opinion page or spread. In Division 3, our honorable mentions go to the Focus staff at Midland, who picks up 2 honorable mentions in this category. Abby Payne and Grace Teachout at Jackson, and Sophia Dragic at Grosse Pointe North. In third place, Rachel Erdman at H.H. Dow. Second place goes to Molly Birch at H.H. Dow. And first place, editorial opinion page or spread in Division 3 goes to Sam Gibson and Quinn Hilla at Dexter. Our next category is feature page or spread in Division 3. Our honorable mentions go to Maddie DeLong at H.H. Dow, Tegan Odell at H.H. Dow, Bella Yoakum at Grosse Pointe North, and Molly Conlin at East Lansing. Third place to Gretchen Rajewski of East Lansing. Second place to Adam Sedgman of Dexter. And first place, feature page or spread, goes to Maya Shelton, Sophia Vitergar, and Maya Huey at Midland. Sports page or spread in Division 3, our honorable mentions, Eliezer Maldonado of H.H. Dow, Caitlin Barr of Grosse Pointe North, C.J. Hertel of East Lansing, and Gabe Ward of Dexter. Third place, Joe Craig, H.H. Dow. Second place, Grace Lloyd, Cademan Applegate, and Savannah Willis and Jacob Worsley of Midland. And first place in sports page or spread in Division 3 goes to Edith Pendell at East Lansing High School. Our next category is news page or spread. In Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Katie Hagan at H.H. Dow, Tegan Odell and Katie Hagan at H.H. Dow, Cameron Carlson at Fenton, and Adam Bergen at Dexter. In third place, Annabelle Julian at Grosse Pointe North. Second place goes to Lauren Applegate and Tess Manley at Midland. And in first place for news page or spread in Division 3, Gretchen Rajewski and Edith Pendell, East Lansing High School. Our next category is entertainment page or spread. In Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Grace Teachout at Jackson High School, Grace Rossman at Grosse Pointe North, Caden Price at Fenton, and Gretchen Rajewski at East Lansing. Third place to B. Bielek at Grosse Pointe North. Second place to Hannah Monville, Jay Palmer, and Morgan Rocha at Midland. And first place entertainment page or spread in Division 3 goes to Maya Shelton, Lauren Applegate, and Janelle Harris at Midland. All right, that concludes our news design categories. On to news writing. Sorry, I don't have any pretty pictures to show you from the writers, but you can read their stories later on our Cut Above website, or any online content will be linked from our list of award winners, which will be posted at the close of today's ceremony to MIPA's website. All right, here we go. Our first category in news writing is breaking news coverage. In Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Katie Madigan at Grosse Pointe North, Bree Sewell at Fenton, Frankie Calabrese Barton at East Lansing. Third place to Bree Sewell at Fenton. Second place, Farah Fossey at Grosse Pointe North. And first place, breaking news coverage in Division 3 goes to Aiden Kwan at East Lansing High School. Our next category in Division 3 is news story. And our honorable mentions go to Emily Janot and Maria Eagle from Midland, Caitlin Barr and Allie McIntyre of Grosse Pointe South, Bree Sewell at Fenton, and Donald Cow at East Lansing. Third place to Emily Janot and Donovan Balek at Midland. Second place to Bree Sewell at Fenton. And first place, news story in Division 3, goes to Farah Fossey at Grosse Pointe North High School. Next category is follow-up news coverage. We have combined the entries from Divisions 3 through 5 together here in a knockdown, drag-out, cage match, battle to the death for all the glory. Honorable mentions here go to Bridget Belden from Traverse City East Middle School, Bree Sewell from Fenton High School, Sitvika Ramanathan from Clegg Middle School, and Lewis Perry and Henry Connor from Community. Third place here goes to Bree Sewell at Fenton. Second place to Caitlin Barr and Annabelle Julian from Grosse Pointe North. And first place, follow-up news coverage, Divisions 3 through 5, goes to Aiden Naughton at Dexter. Back to just Division 3 for the category of news brief. Honorable mentions to Anna Kicklin, Madeline Emiot, and Erin Cashin at Midland. Also to Savannah Willis and Emily Zawacki of Midland. April Carr of Fenton, and Holland Walsh of East Lansing. Third place to Christina Shea of Grosse Pointe North. Second place, Aya Zeradin of Fenton. And first place, news brief in Division 3 goes to Gabby Miller of Grosse Pointe North. News analysis of Division 3. Honorable mentions to Tess Manley and Mia Huey of Midland. Also to Emily Janau, Alexandria Bressett, and Colin Nagley of Midland. Angela Vitarelli of Fenton, and Aiden Kwan and Sumaya Suber of East Lansing. Third place goes to Adam Bergen at Dexter. Second place to Caden Myers at Wiley E. Groves. And first place, news analysis for Division 3 goes to Aiden Naughton at Dexter. Our next category is staff editorial, and in Division 3, we have honorable mentions going to the update staff at H.H. Dow High School, the North Point staff at Grosse Pointe North, the portrait editorial board at East Lansing, and Adam Sedgman and Thomas Campbell of Dexter. In third place, Brendan Granzo at Midland. Second place to the portrait staff at East Lansing. And first place, staff editorial Division 3, Maya Shelton, Midland. Byline opinion article in Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Emma Shart of Wiley E. Groves, Joe Craig and Ross Hollis of H.H. Dow, Farah Fossey and Grace Cooter of Grosse Pointe North, and Eva Harshman of Forest Hills Central. Third place to Blair Chernow of Wiley E. Groves. Second place goes to Noah Cimaroli of Dexter. And first place byline opinion article for Division 3 goes to Kirsten Kenyon and Vladislav Vlasovic at H.H. Dow. The next category is review, and in Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Joe Craig at H.H. Dow, B. Bielik at Grosse Pointe North, and Natalie Mix at Forest Hills Central. In third place, Sam Baker and Molly Birch at H.H. Dow. Second place to Allison Treener at East Lansing. And first place review in Division 3 goes to Kylie Egley at Grosse Pointe North. Feature columnists in Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Molly Birch at H.H. Dow, Farah Fossey at Grosse Pointe North, Lauren Batterby at Forest Hills Central, and Emma Zawacki at Forest Hills Central. In third place, Emma DeMarco at Wiley E. Groves. Second place goes to Maya Shelton at Midland. And first place, feature columnist for Division 3, goes to Julian M. Longlet at Midland. Pro-Con opinion columns. In Division 3, the arguments from these students won honorable mentions. Gabe Loper and Parker O'Neill at Grosse Pointe North. B. Bielik, Allie McIntyre, and Thomas Jones at Grosse Pointe North. Bree Soul and Rianne Massey at Fenton. And Bree Soul and Megan Mayer at Fenton. Bree needed to argue with more than one student. That says something about you, Bree. Congratulations. In third place, Pro-Con opinion columns, Lindsay Jacobson and Mariah Jacobson at Midland. Second place, Brooke Seymour and Allison Sheets at H.H. Dow. And first place, Pro-Con opinion columns in Division 3 goes to Hayden Purvis and Maya Shelton at Midland. In-depth feature is the category in Division 3. Our honorable mentions go to the North Point staff of Grosse Pointe North, Eva Harshman at Forest Hills Central, Ryan Massey or Rianne Massey of Fenton High School, and Aiden Kwan and Maria Del Grosso of East Lansing. In third place, Caitlin Barr, B. Bielek, Grace Rossman, and Katie Madigan at Grosse Pointe North. Second place, Lauren Applegate and Tess Manley at Midland. And first place, in-depth feature in Division 3 goes to Joelle Allen at Wiley E. Groves. Informative feature in Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Joelle Allen at Wiley E. Groves, Tegan Odell at H.H. Dow, Emma Zawicki at Forest Hills Central, and Allie Beaumont at Forest Hills Central. Third place goes to Hannah Monville and Riley Penwell at Midland High School. Second place to Maya Shelton, Lauren Applegate, and Janelle Harris at Midland High School. And first place informative feature in Division 3 goes to Willa Corneli at East Lansing High School. Human interest feature in Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Savannah Willis and Jacob Worsley at Midland, Emily Janot and McKenna Kramer at Midland, Emily Johnson at Fenton, and Noah Drummond, Luke Rathbun, and Eli Yount at Dexter. In third place, Kira Kempanian of Forest Hills Central. Second place, Avery Jordan of Forest Hills Central. And first place, human interest feature in Division 3 goes to Aiden Kwan, East Lansing High School. Personal narrative in Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Jesse Warren at Forest Hills Central. Bree Soul has picked up 2 honorable mentions from Fenton, and Allison Triner at East Lansing. Third place goes to Sarah Winehouse at Wiley E. Groves. Second place to Natalie Mix at Forest Hills Central. And first place, personal narrative in Division 3 goes to Zachary Phillips at East Lansing. Personality profile in Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Hannah Claffer and Grace Lloyd at Midland, Kylie Egley and Lauren Weitengruber at Grosse Pointe North, Maddie Evans at Forest Hills Central, and Mercedes Derenek and Lydia McMichael at Dexter. Third place, Jesse Warren of Forest Hills Central. Second place to Jade Westjohn of East Lansing. And first place, Ainsley Newcomb and Emily Zawacki at Midland High School. Diversity coverage. In Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Erica Desjardins and Marcella Ortiz at Midland, to Kelly Higgins at Jackson, Maria Del Grosso at East Lansing, Aiden Kwan and Holland Walsh at East Lansing. Third place to Sophia Dragic and Gabe Loper at Grosse Pointe North. Second place to Allie Beaumont at Forest Hills Central. And first place diversity coverage in Division 3 goes to Maya Shelton and Sophia Vittergar and Maya Huey at Midland. Environmental health or science in Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Grace Cooter and Kylie Egley at Grosse Pointe North, Gigi Sinacrope at Forest Hills Central, Lauren Batterby at Forest Hills Central, and Jade Westjohn at East Lansing. Third place to Jason Laplow and Hayden Hetherington at H.H. Dow High School. Hey, Jason already knew this because he made this slide. No fair. Second place goes to Marie Adele Grosso and Natalie Seitz at East Lansing High School. And first place, environmental health or science story in Division 3 goes to Grace Rossman and Gabe Good at Grosse Pointe North High School. I should say Jason Laplow, now a Michigan State University student who works in the MIPA office. If you come to Michigan State, you too could potentially work for MIPA too. Just come knock on my door when you get here. All right, alternative story form is our next category. Division 3 honorable mentions to Abby Payne at Jackson, Emerson McKay at Jackson, Annabelle Julian and Savannah Seabrooks at Grosse Pointe North, and Megan Mayer at Fenton. Third place to Mariah Jacobson and Lauren Swanson at Midland. Second place to Julia Legery and Natalie Babcott at Grosse Pointe North. And first place alternative story form in Division 3 goes to Lindsay Jacobson and Jacob Worsley and Parker Zimmerman at Midland. Sports feature story in Division 3 honorable mentions to Brendan Granzo and Lauren McGurk at Midland, Grace Cooter and Olivia Dodenhoff at Grosse Pointe North, Quinn Martin at East Lansing. In third place, Joe Craig from H.H. Dow. Second place to Lauren McGurk and Jawaria Iqbal at Midland. And first place, sports feature story in Division 3 to Joel Allen at Wiley E. Groves High School. Sports columnists, we've combined together all the entries from Divisions 1 through 4 here, competing against each other. Honorable mentions in this category to Michaela Stewart from Novi, Mason Schroeder from Northwest, Benny Burke from Fenton, and Joseph Ilya from Stevenson. In third place, Joe Craig from H.H. Dow. Second place to Grace Lloyd and Savannah Willis and Emily Janot from Midland. And first place, Lauren McGurk from Midland. Sports news story, back to just Division 3. Our honorable mentions go to Sophia Dragic and Rob McIntyre from Grosse Pointe North, Megan Mayer from Fenton, Aiden Kwan from East Lansing, and Zachary Phillips from East Lansing. In third place, Jake Rosenwasser from Wiley E. Groves. Second place, McKenna Kramer and Donovan Balich of Midland. First place, sports news story in Division 3 goes to Samantha Jacobs of Wiley E. Groves. News photography is our next grouping. We get to look at some pretty pictures here while I make my phone stop ringing at me. We are live from the MIPA office. All right, news photography is our next grouping. Let's get on with this in Division 3. Sports action photo is the category, and the honorable mentions go to Jake Rosenwasser of Wiley E. Groves, Emily Zawacki of Midland, Brooke Seymour of H.H. Dow, and Quinn Martin of East Lansing. In third place, Chadwick Cole of Wiley E. Groves. Second place goes to Emily Zawacki of Midland, and first place sports action photo for Division 3 goes to Katie Hagan of H.H. Dow. Sports feature photo is the next category, and in Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Emma Shard at Wiley E. Groves, Hannah Claffer at Midland, Sheridan Mask at Jackson, and Katie Hagan at H.H. Dow. Third place to Henry Collin at Dexter. Second place to Henry Collin at Dexter. And first place, sports feature photo in Division 3 goes to Emily Zawacki at Midland High School. News feature photograph in Division 3. Our honorable mentions go to Jamie Townsend at Grosse Pointe North and Kylie Egley at Grosse Pointe North. Third place to Katie Hagan at H.H. Dow. Second place to Edith Pendle at East Lansing High School. And first place news feature photograph in Division 3 goes to Aiden Kwan of East Lansing High School. Environmental portrait up next in Division 3. Our honorable mentions go to Julia Hastings of Jackson, Rachel Erdman of H.H. Dow, Donald Coe of East Lansing, and Aiden Kwan of East Lansing. In third place, Rachel Erdman of H.H. Dow. Second place, Hannah Claffer of Midland. And first place, environmental portrait for Division 3 goes to Hannah Claffer of Midland. Photo story. Division 3, our honorable mentions go to Robert Maddox and Thomas Jones at Grosse Pointe North, Frankie Calabrese Barton at East Lansing High School, and Charlotte Tattera at Dexter. In third place, Grace Cleary and Lauren Ship at Grosse Pointe North. Second place goes to Jack Peltz at Wiley E. Groves. And first place, photo story in Division 3, goes to Kate Goldstein, Wiley E. Groves High School. Folks, that concludes Division 3 categories that are being announced today. Congratulations to all of our award winners. If you have won a MIPA award, not only will you get a paper certificate, but you also can get the MIPA Awards badge. This is a digital credential that you can use anywhere you exist in Pixels. Complete the form here at this QR code or the link shown on the screen. You can also get a link to the badge information, including the request form, from our award results list on MIPA's website. Complete the form, give me a little info. I'll send you your badge. You can wear it online forever. Advisors will be sending award certificates to you soon. If you have any special requests for your award certificates, if you need them shipped somewhere specific, if you would like PDF instead of paper certificates, we can do that. Just fill out the award shipping form on our website, find the awards menu at the top of the screen and scroll down to award shipping information. If you have noticed an error in any of our award announcements, please let me know. We want to fix that before I hit print on all of those certificates so that you get flawless certificates for your scrapbook. Just let me know about that. I'll be happy to make those changes. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to contact the MIPA office. Again, congratulations to everybody amongst our Division 3 winners. Y'all are awesome sauce. All right, I will be back in just a few moments with Division 4, and we will keep this celebration going. Thanks for joining me. Hang with us, and I will be right back.
It's intermission time, folks. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, mouth-watering goodies. Everything from a snack to a delicious full meal. At our refreshment center, you'll find a large variety of goodies to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, or your sweet tooth. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Visit our refreshment center now. The show starts in 3 minutes.
Hey, kids, how would you like to hear this on the screen instead of the great show you came to see? That's what you sound like. Honest. Please cooperate and do your part in keeping this theater quiet so everyone, including you, can enjoy it. Now remember, lots of adults and kids, too, paid admission to enjoy the show. We must insist on absolute quiet. Otherwise, we will be forced to evict all disturbance makers from the theater. Those asked to leave today will be refused admission to this theater in the future. Thank you.
The show starts in 2 minutes. The show starts in 1 minute. And now, on with the show.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jeremy Steele, Executive Director of the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association. I'm delighted to welcome you back to our awards presentation. Welcome to the School of Journalism here at Michigan State University. Go Green. I'm coming to you live from the MIPA office here in the Communication Arts and Sciences building on campus, where we have been announcing winners in our individual category contest. A few moments ago, I finished announcing winners in divisions 1, 2, and 3 of our news, art, design, photo, and writing categories. And in a few moments, I'll announce the winners in division 4. That is, assuming I don't drop down of exhaustion first. No, we'll be fine. 2 more divisions to go. Divisions 4, then division 5 will be next. All right, let's get on with it. Entries in this contest were judged by MIPA advisors, college faculty, professional journalists, college journalists, and other volunteers who gathered earlier this spring at MSU, and some joined us remotely via Zoom to judge. 56 MIPA member programs submitted 1,673 entries into the categories that I'll be announcing the winners of today. High school media programs were divided into 4 divisions based on enrollment, with the largest high schools in Division 1 and the smallest high schools in Division 4. Middle school programs competed in Division 5 in most categories. Divisions for some categories were merged based on the number of entries received in those categories. Before I get started, I do have a couple of important MIPA programs to tell you about while I have you here as a captive audience. We are thrilled at MIPA to be moving back into the dorms at Michigan State this summer. The MIPA Summer Journalism Workshop is returning to the campus of Michigan State University. Come be a part of this program, help rebuild your program's culture, and hone the skills that you'll need to be successful next year while spending 5 days at Michigan State's campus. Here's MIPA Workshop Director Sarah Beth Bedelemente to tell you more about our summer workshop. Take it away, Sarah Beth.
Guess who's back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend.
The workshop's back in person this summer, and I thought I would have a couple of my friends tell you about their experience at the in-person workshop.
My favorite part of the in-person workshop was being able to go onto the field at Spartan Stadium and go into the press box.
My favorite MIPA memory was in 2019 when I attended the Bobby Hawthorne experience. And I came up to Bobby on the first day of class, gave him my writing, and he said to me, quote, "Don't be stupid, quit using smart girl language." And that comment and his class single-handedly transformed my writing.
Hey, my name is Daniel Keene. I am shooting my video from the Unified Media Lab at Ball State University. My favorite thing about MIPA Camp was being around all of these people who were so passionate for journalism.
My favorite part was definitely being able to meet with, communicate with, and share ideas with so many different student journalists.
I would definitely have to say one of my favorite things about the camp was meeting new people.
My favorite part of the MIPA in-person workshop was just getting to see all the different student journalists that were brought together from all over Michigan.
It's the traditions coming back that I think makes this next camp so important. Whether it be a walk to the dairy store, the talent show at the end of camp, or even the volleyball tournament that happens throughout, those in-person experiences makes the camp special.
Join us July 31st through August 4th on Michigan State University's campus. Registration is live, and I can't wait to see you there.
Thanks, Sarah Beth. You can learn more about our workshop at mipamsu.org/MIPA2022. Scholarships and fundraising assistance are available. We'd love to help you get to Michigan State this summer. All right, folks, you can close out your school year by participating in two additional MIPA contests from MIPA. There's actually a third. There's a film challenge if you're into film. But these 2 directly apply to your kinds of programs. Special projects contest. Submit work that goes beyond the everyday for your media program. These are special things that don't typically fit into the other kinds of contest categories that MIPA offers throughout the year. Submit your special contest entry by May 6th. This contest is free to enter, although each MIPA member program is limited to 1 entry. You can also show us how you've been using social media to do cutting-edge journalism and promotion of your program. Submit your work to the Social Media Innovation Contest. Same deadline, May 6th. Also free to enter. Also limited to 1 entry per media program. You can find more information about these 2 contests from our website. Advisors, have you ordered honor cords yet for your graduating seniors? MIPA Honor Cord program. It's designed to be a select privilege to recognize academic achievement and superior work in journalism or school media. Cords must be ordered by media advisors who are responsible for verifying that students meet the spirit of this honors program. I can generally get you an honor cord order within about 2 days of payment. We're getting ready to ship honor cords right now. Hopefully they'll go out along with your award certificate. Learn more about this program and place your order at MIPA's website or contact me if you have any questions. All right, all you MIPA kids out there, if you win an award today, not only will you get the aforementioned award certificate, but you can get the MIPA Awards badge. This is a digital credential that you can use on social media, your portfolio website, your email signature, probably anywhere you exist as a pixel. All you need to do is complete the form at this QR code or follow the URL shown here on the screen. Give me a little information so that I can issue you your badge. I'll show this slide again at the end of our Division 4 results, so you will have a chance to sign up again. All right, here we go. We're getting closer. Here are the programs competing against each other in Division 4 of our categories being announced today. These include art, design, writing, and photography areas in print and online news. There were 374 entries in Division 4. Some of the programs you see listed here on the screen may also be competing for awards in our digital media categories, which include social media. Those awards will be announced tomorrow. I'll be reading the names of all winners in today's presentation, so let me apologize ahead of time for when I inevitably mispronounce your name. I'll also be showing you the first place winning entry in any category that's visual in nature. For you writers out there, you'll be able to read the writing categories later this year, the writing winners of those categories later this year on our Cut Above website. You may also be able to find those writing-based award winners by looking at our list of contest results that gets published to MIPA's website. I'll be updating that list at the close of today's presentation. Many entries that exist online are linked directly from there. All right. Without further ado, let's get into some awards in Division 4. Our first grouping of awards is News, Art, and Illustration. And our first category combines entries from Divisions 4 and Divisions 5 together. So everybody in these 2 groups competing together for an award. Honorable mentions to Luke Stevenson from Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Third place to Clara Lincolnhole from East Grand Rapids High School. Second place also to Clara East Grand Rapids, and first place editorial cartoon in Divisions 4 and 5 goes to Santa Shaden of Community High School. Our next category is comic strip. All divisions competing in this same category. Entries all competing against each other for all the marbles. Honorable mentions to Joey DeRue from West Ottawa, Michaela Quinn from Midland, James Hauk from Loy Norix, and Caitlin Barr from Grosse Pointe North. In third place, Danica Harper of Loy Norix. Second place to Kaylee Kitts of Northwest, and first place in comic strip for Divisions 1 through 5, Michael Wu from Cranbrook. In illustration, we've combined entries from Divisions 4 and 5 together here. Honorable mentions to Merle Wilson from Stockbridge, Owen Schuster from East Grand Rapids, and Ella Rosewarn from Community. In third place, Tanishka Tawari from Clegg Middle School. In second place, Owen Schuster from East Grand Rapids High School. And in first place, illustration in Divisions 4 and 5, Mia Wood from Community. All right, our next grouping of categories is in news design here in Division 4. First category up is information graphic. We have combined entries from Divisions 4 and 5 together here to compete. Honorable mentions to Addison Forbes from Northview, Fatima Siddiqui from Mercy, Cameron Allen from Langsburg, and Olivia Borgula from East Grand Rapids. Third place to Olivia Austin from Northview. Second place to Caitlin Walker from Stockbridge. And first place, information graphic in Divisions 4 and 5, goes to the wind-up editorial board at St. Joseph High School. Interactive graphic. We've combined Divisions 4 and 5 together here for competition. Honorable mentions to Lucy Tobier and Sebastian Oliva from Community. Third place to Rebecca Muthaya from Clay. Second place to Claire Steigelman from Community. And first place, interactive graphic in Divisions 4 and 5 goes to Lakshya Jaganesh from Clegg. Advertising layout is our next category. We've combined all entries from Divisions 3 through 5 together for competition here. Honorable mentions to Caitlin Barr at Grosse Pointe North. The Crane staff at Cranbrook Kingswood. They pick up 2 honorable mentions. Third place to Lauren Weitengruber from Grosse Pointe North. Second place to the wind-up staff at St. Joseph. And first place, advertising layout in Divisions 3 through 5 goes to the wind-up staff at St. Joseph High School. Front page news magazine styles, the next category. We've combined all entries from Divisions 4 through 5 together for competition. News magazine style, that means that the front pages of these publications look more like a magazine, right? Large, dominant, visual, photo or illustration, very little text. Honorable mentions to the staff at the wind-up of St. Joseph High School. Fatima Siddiqui from Mercy, Gus Effinger and Rosen Desai of Cranbrook Kingswood, and Mia Goldstein and Ella Rosewarn at Community. Third place to Mia Goldstein and Grace Wang at Community. Second place to Caitlin Walker at Stockbridge. And first place, front page news magazine style, goes to Caitlin Walker at Stockbridge. Front page newspaper styles, the next category. We're combining entries from Divisions 3 and 4 together here. Newspaper style, these are your traditional newspaper front pages, what you might expect to see typically on a broadsheet size newspaper with lots of stories and photos on the page. Honorable mentions here to Rachel Erdman from H.H. Dow, Angelina Vitarelli from Fenton, the portrait staff at East Lansing, and the Cougar Crier, Emily Keinselman at Annapolis on the board with an honorable mention. In third place here, Katie Hagan at Dow. Second place to Olivia Borgula at East Grand Rapids. And first place, front page newspaper style in Divisions 3 and 4, Olivia Borgula at East Grand Rapids High School. Next category, story package, Division 4 only here. Honorable mentions to Ruby Hollis at East Grand Rapids, Nora Dubis of East Grand Rapids, Mia Goldstein and Ella Rosewarn at Community. Third place to Elliot Schlack and Sophie Confer at St. Joseph. Second place to Mia Goldstein, Ella Rosewarn, and Kate Weiser at Community. And first place, story package in Division 4 to Layla Dumke, Elliot Schlack, and Sophie Confer at St. Joseph. Editorial opinion page or spread is the category, and in Division 4, our honorable mentions go to Caitlin Walker at Stockbridge, Liam Vanderland at East Grand Rapids, Roshan Desai and Michael Sparks at Cranbrook Kingswood, and Alish Kilbride at Ann Arbor Community. I think we might have combined Divisions 4 and 5 here. All right, third place, editorial opinion page or spread, the wind-up at St. Joseph High School. Second place to Elisa Tisch at Mercy High School. And first place, editorial opinion page or spread, goes to Mia Goldstein at Community High School. Our next category is feature page or spread. In Division 4, our honorable mentions go to Caitlin Walker, Audrey Austin, and Olivia Horde at Stockbridge, to the editorial board at The Wind-Up at St. Joseph, to Grace O'D at Mercy, and Ella Rose Warren at Community. In third place, The Wind-Up at St. Joseph. Second place, Lily Williams and Alyssa Van Hook at Stockbridge. And first place, feature page or spread in Division 4 goes to Sam Cow, Mia Goldstein, Lewis Perry, and Grace Wang at Community High School. The next category is sports page or spread. We are combining entries from Divisions 4 and 5 together here for competition. Honorable mentions to Gwen Rogozinski from Stockbridge, and Kanev Kalmati and Roshan Desai at Cranbrook Kingswood. In third place, Julia Lorelli from Mercy. In second place, Maria Walters from East Grand Rapids. And first place, sports page or spread in Divisions 4 and 5 goes to Ella Rose Warren at Community High School. News page or spread is next up. Divisions 4 and 5 combined together here for competition. Honorable mentions to Olivia Borgula at East Grand Rapids. She picks up 2 honorable mentions. Next up, Michael Sparks, Roshan Desai, and Jackson Ober at Cranbrook Kingswood. And Luke Mamu, Roshan Desai, and Michael Sparks at Cranbrook Kingswood. In third place, Alish Kilbride and Rhea Lowenshus at Community. Second place, Mia Goldstein at Community. And first place, news page or spread in Divisions 4 and 5 goes to Caitlin James at Stockbridge. Entertainment page or spread is the next category in Division 4. Our honorable mentions go to Fatima Siddiqui at Mercy, Caitlin Bagosa and Grace O'D at Mercy, Claire Backus at East Grand Rapids. She picks up 2 honorable mentions. Third place goes to the Wind-Up staff at St. Joseph High School. Second place is Sam Cow, Henry Connor, Kevin Dutton, and Rhea Lowenshus at Community High School. And first place, entertainment page or spread in Division 4 goes to Evan Achoy, Abby Bachman, and Rhea Lowenshus at Community High School. All right, that concludes our design categories. On to news writing. No pictures to show you here in the news writing categories, but you will be able to read all of these winners. First place winners you'll be able to read on the Cut Above website. Many of the other winners, if they are online-based stories, you should be able to get to their links once we post our contest results to MIPA's website later tonight. All right, here we go. News Writing Division 4, our first category, breaking news coverage. Our honorable mentions here go to Hannah Smith at Northwest, Mason Schroeder at Northwest, and Anna Clinton at Gull Lake. Third place to Caleb Taylor at Gull Lake. Second place, George Samra at East Grand Rapids. And first place, breaking news coverage in Division 4 goes to Regan Masick and Emmy Chung at Community High School. News story Division 4, honorable mentions to Isaiah Nyang Casey at Martin Luther King Jr. Senior High School. Also to Olivia Borgula and Olivia Williams at East Grand Rapids, Lucy Castle Kelly at Community, and Rita Ionides at Community. Third place to Calvin Hyde at Northview. Second place to Olivia Borgula at East Grand Rapids. And first place, news story in Division 4, goes to Olivia Rodriguez at Langsburg. Follow-up news coverage. We've combined all entries from Divisions 3 through 5 here for competition. Honorable mention to Bridget Belden from Traverse City East Middle School, Bree Soul from Fenton, Satvika Ramanthan from Clegg, and Lewis Perry and Henry Connor from Community. In third place, Bree Soul from Fenton. Second place goes to Caitlin Barr and Annabelle Julian at Grosse Pointe North. And first place, follow-up news coverage, Divisions 3 through 5, Aiden Naughton from Dexter. In News Brief, Division 4, an honorable mention to Sana Shaden of Community. Third place to Noah Bernstein, Sebastian Oliva, and Madison Bell from Community. Second place to Grant Gutsky of Langsburg. And first place, News Brief for Division 4 goes to Regan Masick of Community High School. News analysis for Division 4, our honorable mentions go to Victoria Whitkey of Northview, Emily Camp of Northview, Caitlin Magosa of Mercy, and Thea Carrier of Annapolis. Third place goes to Olivia Borgula and Lauren Bentley of East Grand Rapids High School. Second place to Lucy Tobier of Community High School. And first place, news analysis for Division 4, goes to Mara Sullivan of Mercy. Staff editorial is our next category, and in Division 4, honorable mentions go to the Uncaged staff at Stockbridge, picking up 2, the East Vision staff at East Grand Rapids, and the Cougar Crier staff at Annapolis. Third place, the East Vision staff at East Grand Rapids. Second place to the Communicator magazine staff at Community High School. And first place, staff editorial for Division 4, goes to the Communicator magazine staff at Community High School. Byline opinion article in Division 4, honorable mentions to Mason Hanks at St. Joseph, Maris Lisinski at Northwest, Caitlin Bagoza at Mercy, and Scarlett London at Community. Third place to Calvin Hyde at Northview. Second place to Julianne Tague at Mercy. And first place, byline opinion article in Division 4 to Rhea Lowenshus at Community. The category of review, Division 4, honorable mentions to Fatima Siddiqui at Mercy, DeWitt Renwick at Gull Lake, Elliot Bramson at Community, and Evan Ochoy at Community. Third place to Olivia Austin at Northview. Second place goes to Hannah Rethman at Northview. And first place review for Division 4 goes to Declan Bradley, Grand Rapids City High Middle School. Congratulations. Featured columnists in Division 4, our honorable mentions go to Declan Bradley and Maya Overman from Grand Rapids City High Middle School, to Clara Lincolnhole of East Grand Rapids, George Samra of East Grand Rapids, and Joshan Grewal of Clegg Middle School. This is a combination 4 and 5 competing together. Third place goes to Addie Heinzman at Community High School. Second place to Scarlett London at Community High School. And first place, feature columnist in Divisions 4 and 5, goes to Caitlin Walker at Stockbridge High School. On to the next category, pro-con opinion columns. Head-to-head arguments. Division 4 honorable mentions go to Chloe Stork and Josephine Keenan at Langsberg. Simon Shavit and Claire Steigelman at Community. Third place to Chris Jordan and Camp Daniels at St. Joseph. Second place to Elijah Kine and Izzy Stevens at Community. And first place pro-con opinion columns in Division 4 goes to Elliot Schlack and Reese Conaber at St. Joseph. In-depth feature in Division 4, our honorable mentions go to Grace O'D at Mercy, Avery Green at East Grand Rapids, Charlie Rosenfield at Community, and Abby Bachman at Community. Third place goes to Clara Yoon at Detroit Country Day. Second place to Anjali Kakarla at Community. And first place, in-depth feature in Division 4 goes to Noah Bernstein at Community. Informative features, our next category, and in Division 4, our honorable mentions go to Emily Camp at Northview, Josephine Keenan at Langsberg, Lily Page at Gull Lake, and Elliot Bramson at Community. Third place goes to Sam Cow and Sebastian Olivia and Ella Rosewarn at Community. Second place, Lily Williams and Samantha Aiken at Stockbridge. And first place here, informative feature Division 4, goes to Kurt Hausman of the Online Communicator at Community High School. Human interest feature in Division 4, our honorable mentions go to Ayush Dagger of Detroit Country Day, Addison Jones of Annapolis, and McKenna Duman of Community. Third place goes to Ellie Fife and Emmy Chung of Community. Second place to Akyat Reddy of Detroit Country Day. And first place human interest feature in Division 4 goes to Ella Rosewarn at the Communicator magazine of Community High School. Personal narrative in Division 4, our honorable mentions go to Grace O'D at Mercy High School and Scarlett London at Community. Third place to Rita Ionides of Community High School. Second place to Ria Lawrentius of Community and their online communicator. And first place here, Personal Narrative Division 4 to Sana Shaden of the Communicator magazine at Community High School. Personality Profile in Division 4, our honorable mentions go to Victoria Scoville of Northview, Elia Heffron of Gull Lake, Olivia Williams of East Grand Rapids, and Lucia Tobier and Felicity Rosa Davies of Community. Third place to Hiba Asudaleda and Ju Wang of Detroit Country Day. Second place to Emmy Chung and Regan Masick at Community. And first place personality profile in Division 4 goes to Victoria Scoville of Northview. Diversity coverage in Division 4. Our honorable mentions go to Haley Mercado of St. Joseph, Mason Schroeder of Northwest, Nor Duibis of East Grand Rapids, and Emily Kunzelman of Annapolis. Third place to Morgan McLeese and Izzy Jacob of Community. Second place to Izzy Jacob there of Community. And in Division 4 diversity coverage, first place goes to Krishna Mano of Grand Rapids City High Middle School. Environmental Health or Science is the next category, and in Division 4, our honorable mentions go to Allison Reinhardt of Northview, Caitlin Bagoza of Mercy, who picks up a second one as well, and also honorable mention to Claire Stegelman of Community. Third place to Olivia Austin of Northview. Second place goes to Brianna Atkins-Smith of Mumford High School. First place, Environmental Health or Science in Division 4, goes to Ria Lowenschus of Community High School. Alternative story form in Division 4, our honorable mentions go to Maris Lisinski of Northwest, Ella Rosewarn of Community, and Ivy Prasheska of Community. Third place to the Communicator Online staff at Community. Second place to the City Voice staff at Grand Rapids City High Middle. And first place, alternative story form in Division 4 goes to Ella Rosewarn and Ruth Shikanov of Community. Sports feature stories, the next category, and in Division 4, our honorable mentions go to Isabella Vasquez of UCS Virtual Academy there in Utica, the United Post. Also to Addison Forbes of Northview, to Renwick of Gull Lake, and Jaden Taylor of Community. Third place goes to Grace Samra of East Grand Rapids High School. Second place goes to Olivia Austin of Northview, and first place sports feature story for Division 4 goes to Ella Rosewarn and Maggie Wolf at Community High School. Sports columnists, we've combined all entries in Divisions 1 through 4 together here for competition. Honorable mentions to Michaela Stewart at Novi, Mason Schroeder at Northwest, Benny Burke at Fenton, and Joseph Ilya of Stevenson. Third place to Joe Craig of H.H. Dow. Second place to Grace Lloyd, Savannah Willis, and Emily Janot of Midland. And first place sports columnist Divisions 1 through 4 goes to Lauren McGurk of Midland. Our next category is sports news story, back to only Division 4 in competition here. Honorable mentions to Jason Brime of Northview, Brianna Kowalczyk of Annapolis, Mia Goldstein of Community, and Kurt Hausman of Community. Third place goes to Terrence Brown and Lamont Parks of Martin Luther King Jr. Senior High School. Second place goes to Viola Verduzio of East Grand Rapids High School. And first place sports news story in Division 4 goes to Destiny Jenkins Jones of Martin Luther King Jr. Senior High School. All right, our final grouping of categories today is news photography. Let's get into the Division 4 winners here. In sports action photo, the honorable mention goes to Hollis Rumler at Northwest. Third place to Cam Caprara of East Grand Rapids. Second place to Tom Caprara of East Grand Rapids. And first place sports action photo in Division 4 goes to Kurt Hausman from Community High School. Sports feature photo in Division 4, the honorable mentions go to Avery Brock at St. Joseph. And Olivia Austin picks up 2 honorable mentions for Northview. Third place to Samantha Aiken of Stockbridge. Second place to Ella Rosewarn of Community. And first place sports feature photo in Division 4 goes to Tom Caprera of East Grand Rapids. News feature photograph in Division 4. Honorable mentions go to Caitlin James of Stockbridge, and Tom Caprera picks up 2 honorable mentions for East Grand Rapids. Third place to Lucy Tobier of Community High School. Second place to Calvin Hyde of Northview, and first place news feature photograph in Division 4 goes to Emily Camp of Northview. Environmental portrait in Division 4. Our honorable mentions go to George Sammer of East Grand Rapids High School, Tom Caprera of East Grand Rapids, Hannah Rubenstein of Community, and Addie Heinzman of Community. In third place, Allison Reinhardt of Northview. Second place goes to Justin Jaskowski of Stockbridge, and first place environmental portrait in Division 4 goes to Ella Rosewarn at Community High School. Photo story is our next and I believe final category in Division 4. Our honorable mentions go to Audrey Austin at Stockbridge, Riley Henderson at Northwest, Katie Ellis at Langsburg, and Maria Walters at East Grand Rapids. Third place goes to Victoria Skoll at Northview. Second place to Abby Warner at Northwest, and first place photo story in Division 4 goes to Calvin Hyde at Northview High School. Folks, those are the Division 4 award winners in our print and online news categories. Congratulations to everyone. If you've picked up an award today, you are also eligible, in addition to a paper award certificate, to a digital MIPA Awards badge. This is a digital credential that you can use on social media, your portfolio website, your email signature, and anywhere you exist online. All you need to do to get your badge is point your phone at this fantastic little QR code right here. Go to the form, or go to the URL here, or go to MIPA's website to the contest results page for this year's contest and follow the link there. Fill out the short form to give us a little bit of information so that we can send you back everything you need with your digital MIPA Awards badge. Congratulations again, everyone. All right, contest certificates. Let me tell you quickly, we will be sending contest certificates to advisors at your school. If you want them in a different format, if you want them in PDF instead of paper, if there's anything special you need, just fill out the quick and easy form on our website. Just look for the awards menu at the top of the page, somewhere about right in here on MIPA's website. Scroll down to the bottom to the award shipping information, fill out the form there, and let us know. If you found a spelling error or other mistake amongst our award winners from today, please contact me as soon as possible. Let me know what was wrong and how to fix it so that we can make those corrections for those award certificates. If you have any other questions about MIPA awards and contests, I'm happy to try to answer those. Just contact me in the MIPA office. All right, again, congratulations to all of our Division 4 winners. I'll be back here in a moment, continuing our marathon awards announcement session with the middle school winners, our last grouping of winners for the evening. Give me 3 minutes and I will be back. So again, congratulations to all of our contest winners.
Mr. Projectionist, stop the show. Here's great news you ought to know. We've just got a shipment of taste-thrilled treats, all tip-top quality and delicious eats. There are hot dogs and popcorn and candy galore. There's soft drinks and coffee and a whole lot more. So direct your steps to our refreshment stand to enjoy the finest snacks in all the land.
Show starts in 3 minutes.
Like you crave that corn when it's freshly bobbed, you gotta beat it to the box with the butter on the top. Don't hesitate, mate. Make that scene. Get eyes for the coolest and dig some ice cream. Get with it, man. Start strolling down to the sweets that set you rolling, the best in town. Our candy's real gone, if I'm understood. To all you squares, that means The confection is positively delicious. Cork that stuff. Give me 5. Let me send you into this nutty jive. The cats go cool for the dog that's hot, and the burgers are the biggest. Dad, that's a lot. Go, man, go. It ain't very far. Shake it on down to this cool snack bar. Come on, Jill. Give us a treat. A friendly pepper-upper with a tasty beat.
Drink Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, 'cause it never lets you down.
Frosty, man, frosty.
Show starts in 2 minutes.
Hurry, step right this way, folks, for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, taste-tempting candies of finest quality. Enjoy popcorn, exploded into tender, delicious, crispy bites of crunchy goodness. Enjoy the tops in cool, refreshing soft drinks. If you want to enjoy some refreshments, this is your opportunity. There will now be a short intermission.
Show starts in 1 minute. And now, on with the show.
Hi, folks. Welcome or welcome back. I'm Jeremy Steele, Executive Director of the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association and a faculty member in the School of Journalism at Michigan State University. Go green, and you say, there you go. I'm coming to you live from the MIPA office in the Communication Arts and Sciences building on MSU's campus. And of course, we are here to celebrate the amazing work that student journalists from across the state of Michigan produced in the past year. A few moments ago, I finished announcing winners in divisions 1 through 4 of our print and online news categories, which includes art, design, photography, and writing. In a few moments, I'll announce the award winners in Division 5, our middle school division for these categories. Entries were judged by MIPA advisors, college faculty, professional journalists, college journalists, and other volunteers who gathered earlier this spring here at MSU or via Zoom to help us judge remotely. There were 56 MIPA member programs who submitted 1,673 entries into the categories that I'm announcing the winners for today. Those high school programs that I announced earlier, those folks were divided into 4 divisions for competition based on school enrollment, with the largest schools in Division 1 and the smallest ones in Division 4. Middle schools compete in Division 5 in most of our categories, keeping in mind that some divisions for some categories have been combined and merged together for competition based on the number of entries that were received in that category. Before I get started, I do have a couple important MIPA programs I want to tell you about. First of all, we are excited at MIPA to be moving back into the dorms this summer on Michigan State's campus. The MIPA Summer Journalism Workshop is returning to an in-person program this summer, and you can come join us. We love to have middle school students as part of our summer workshop. You can help build or rebuild the culture of your school media program and help improve your own skills that you can take back to that program to do amazing things next school year. All you got to do is come spend 5 days with us at the MIPA Summer Journalism Workshop. Here's our workshop director, Sarah Beth Badalmente, to give you some more details.
Guess who's back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend.
The workshop's back in person this summer, and I thought I would have a couple of my friends tell you about their experience at the in-person workshop.
My favorite part of the in-person workshop was being able to go onto the field at Spartan Stadium and go into the press box.
My favorite MIPA memory was in 2019 when I attended the Bobby Hawthorne experience. And I came up to Bobby on the first day of class, gave him my writing, and he said to me, quote, "Don't be stupid, quit using smart girl language." And that comment and his class single-handedly transformed my writing.
Hey, my name is Daniel Keene. I am shooting my video from the Unified Media Lab at Ball State University. My favorite thing about MIPA Camp was being around all of these people who were so passionate for journalism.
My favorite part was definitely being able to meet with, communicate with, and share ideas with so many different student journalists.
I would definitely have to say one of my favorite things about the camp was meeting new people.
My favorite part of the MIPA in-person workshop was just getting to see all the different student journalists that were brought together from all over Michigan.
It's the traditions coming back that I think makes this next camp so important. Whether it be a walk to the dairy store, the talent show at the end of camp, or even the volleyball tournament that happens throughout, those in-person experiences makes the camp special.
Join us July 31st through August 4th on Michigan State University's campus. Registration is live, and I can't wait to see you there.
Thanks, Sarah Beth. Scholarships and fundraising assistance are available. Learn more about the workshop on our website, mipamsu.org/MIPA 2022. Will take you directly to that summer workshop information. Close out your school year by participating in 2 more MIPA contests. Our Special Projects Contest recognizes activities that help advance student media programs but may not fit into our other awards. There we go. Show us that work that you've been doing that goes beyond the everyday for your media program. The Special Projects Contest is free to enter. The deadline to enter is May 6th. Each MIPA member program is limited to 1 entry. We also want to see what you've been doing on social media to help promote cutting-edge journalism and promotion of your media programs. Enter the Social Media Innovation Contest. Again, free to enter for MIPA member programs. Limit 1 entry. Deadline to enter May 6th. I should leave that big for you all. There we go. I'm running my own booth here, folks, live. All right, here we go. Also, award winners today, you can get not only a paper award certificate from MIPA in recognition of your amazing work, but you can also get the MIPA Awards badge. This is a digital credential that you can use on social media, on your portfolio site, in your email signature, or anywhere you exist in a pixel form. All you have to do is complete the form to request your digital badge. Just point your device at this QR code or follow the link here on the screen. I'll also show you this slide at the end of our presentation. And if you miss those, all you need to do is find our contest results page on MIPA's website, and there will be a link to the form to get your MIPA Awards badge there. All right, moving along. In our middle school division, we have 3 middle schools competing in these categories. Here they are. I should note that some of these schools are also competing In our digital media contest categories that include social media, those results will be announced tomorrow afternoon, so stay tuned on that. There were 96 entries in the middle school division in our print and online news categories. I'll be reading the names of all winners in today's presentation, so please let me apologize ahead of time for when I inevitably mispronounce your name. I'll also be showing you first place winning entries in any of our visual categories. For those writing-based entries, you'll be able to read those later on. You can view the first place winners on our Cut Above website. Or if you find that winners listing on MIPA's website, if any of this content exists online, chances are we have a link to it and you can check it out from there. All right, let's get started. We've got some award winners to announce. Our first grouping of categories in our print and online news area is news, art, and illustration. In editorial cartoon, we combine together all the entries from the high school division 4 with the middle school division 5 competing against each other in hand-to-hand combat. It's a cage match. Honorable mention to Luke Stevenson from Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Third place to Clara Lincolnhole of East Grand Rapids High School. Second place also to Clara from East Grand Rapids High School. And first place in editorial cartoon for divisions 4 and 5 goes to Sana Shaden of Community High School in Ann Arbor. Our next category is comic strip. Now, all the entries in all the divisions were pooled together and judged against each other in this specific category. So we've got all the high schools competing with all the middle schools. Honorable mentions go to Joey DeRue from West Ottawa, Michaela Quinn from Midland, James Hauk from Loy Norix, Caitlin Barr from Grosse Pointe North. In second place, Danica Harper from Loy Norix. I'm sorry, that was third place, Danica Harper. In second place, Kaylee Kitts from Northwest High School. Wait a minute, these are all high schools so far in this combined division. Why are the high schools winning all the awards for comic strip? Oh, wait, who won first place? Michael Wu from Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Congratulations. Illustration is our next category. We've combined the small high schools in Division 4 with our middle schools in Division 5 for judging here. Honorable mentions to Merle Wilson at Stockbridge, Owen Schuster at East Grand Rapids, and Ella Rosewarn at Community High School. Third place goes to Tanishka Tawari at Clegg Middle School. Second place, Owen Schuster at East Grand Rapids High School. And first place in illustration goes to Mia Wood at Community High School. All right, our next grouping of categories is in news design. Let's take a look. First up is interactive graphic. We've combined our small high schools in Division 4 with our middle schools in Division 5 for judging here. An honorable mention to Lucy Tobier and Sebastian Oliva of Community High School. Third place, too. Here's a middle schooler rocking it out. Rebecca Muthiala of Clegg Middle School. Second place to Claire Steigelman of Community High School. And first place in interactive graphic in Divisions 4 and 5. Lakshya Jaganesh at Clegg Middle School. Congratulations. You beat out those high schoolers. Our next category is advertising layout. We've combined all entries from divisions 3 through 5 here for competition. Honorable mentions to Caitlin Barr from Grosse Pointe North High School. And honorable mentions to the Crane staff. You picked up 2 awards here. Great job, Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Advertising layout in third place, Lauren Vietengruber from Grosse Pointe North High School. In second place, the wind-up staff at St. Joseph High School. And in first place for advertising layout in divisions 3 through 5, the wind-up staff at St. Joseph High School. Our next category is front page news magazine style. We've combined entries from divisions 4, the small high schools, with 5, the middle schools. News magazine style, that means the front page looks more like a magazine than your traditional newspaper. So think of large photo or illustration, and very little text. Honorable mentions here go to the wind-up editorial board at St. Joseph High School, to Fatima Siddiqui of Mercy High School, to Gus Effinger and Rosen Desai at Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School at the Crane, great work, and Mia Goldstein and Ella Rosewarn at Community High School. Third place goes to Mia Goldstein and Grace Wang at Community High School. Second place to Caitlin Walker at Stockbridge High School. And in first place, front page news magazine style in Divisions 4 and 5, Caitlin Walker at Stockbridge High School. Editorial opinion page or spread is our next category, another combined division where we put all the entries from our small high schools in Divisions 4 with our middle schools in Division 5. And our honorable mentions here go to Caitlin Walker at Stockbridge High School, Liam Vanderland at East Grand Rapids High School, Roshan Desai and Michael Sparks at Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Great job at the Crane. And also honorable mention to Alish Kilbride at Community High School. Third place here to the wind-up editorial board at St. Joseph High School. Second place to Alyssa Tish at Mercy High School. And first place in editorial opinion page or spread for Divisions 4 and 5 goes to Mia Goldstein at Community High School. Feature page or spread. So next category in Division 5, middle school stands on its own here competing. Second place goes to Roshan Desai and Michael Sparks from Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. And first place in the middle school division of feature page or spread goes to Roshan Desai and Michael Sparks from Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School, picking up 2 awards in this category. Great job. Our next category is sports page or spread, Divisions 4 and 5 combined here. Honorable mentions to Gren Rogozinski at Stockbridge High School, and also an honorable mention to Kanav Kalmadi and Roshan Desai at Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Great job to you guys at the Crane. In third place, Julia Lorelli at Mercy High School. Second place goes to Maria Walters at East Grand Rapids High School. And in first place, sports page or spread in Divisions 4 and 5, Ella Rosewarn at Community High School. Our next category is news page or spread, another combined Divisions 4 and 5 here with the small high schools competing against the middle schools. Honorable mentions to Olivia Bargula from East Grand Rapids, who picked up 2 honorable mentions. Also to Michael Sparks, Roshan Desai, and Jackson Ober from Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School at the Crane. And another honorable mention for the Crane, Luke Mamu, Roshan Desai, and Michael Sparks at Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Great work. In third place, Alish Kilbride and Ria Lowenshus at Community High School. Second place, Mia Goldstein at Community High School. And first place for news page or spread in Divisions 4 and 5, Caitlin James at Stockbridge High School. All right. Our next grouping of categories is news writing. Now, I don't have pictures to show you here because who wants to read an article on a fuzzy video stream? But you can read these articles by potentially looking at the awards winner listing on MIPA's website, or check out our A Cut Above page later in the year as we upload all of our first place winners there to use as a reference in the future. Our first news writing category is breaking news coverage in Division 5. Third place goes to Angela Chen at Clegg Middle School. Second place to Emily Hu at Clegg Middle School. And first place is breaking news coverage in Division 5 goes to Bridget Belden at Traverse City East Middle School. Next up is news story in our middle school division. Honorable mentions to Bridget Belden at Traverse City East Middle School. Honorable mention to Jahanzeb Kamar at Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Third place to Jessica Wu at Clegg Middle School. Second place to Bridget Belden at Traverse City East Middle School. And first place news story for our middle school division goes to Satvika Ramanathan at Clegg Middle School. Follow-up news coverage is our next category. We've combined all of the entries from Divisions 3 through 5 together here for competition. Honorable mentions to Bridget Belden at Traverse City East Middle School, Bree Soul at Fenton High School, Satvika Ramanathan at Clegg Middle School, and Lewis Perry and Henry Connor at Community High School. Third place goes to Bree Soul at Fenton High School. Second place to Caitlin Barr and Annabelle Julian at Grosse Pointe North High School. And first place goes to Aiden Nunn at Dexter High School. News Analysis, Division 5 is our next category. First place goes to Anjali Nataraja of Clegg Middle School. Staff Editorial in Division 5. First place goes to the Crane staff at Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Byline Opinion article for Division 5. We have honorable mentions issued to John Madian from Traverse City East and Vegelis Zumakas of Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Third place goes to Jajay Huang at Clegg Middle School. Second place goes to Abby Houghton at Traverse City East Middle School. And first place for Byline Opinion article in the middle school division goes to Ashley Hahn at Clegg Middle School. Review in Division 5, we have an honorable mention for Gus Effinger of Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Third place goes to Michael Wu at Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Second place goes to Mia Lynn at Clegg Middle School. And first place for review in Division 5 goes to Mia Lynn at Clegg Middle School. Feature columnists, we have combined Divisions 4 and 5 together here for competition. An honorable mention to Declan Bradley and Maya Overman of Grand Rapids City High Middle School. To Clara Lincolnhole of East Grand Rapids High School. Also to George Samra of East Grand Rapids High School. And an honorable mention to Joshin Gruwal of Clegg Middle School. Third place here goes to Addie Heinzman of Community High School. Second place to Scarlett London of Community High School. And first place in feature columnist Divisions 4 and 5, Caitlin Walker, Stockbridge High School. In-depth feature in Division 5, we have a third place award going to Olivia Lau of Clegg Middle School. Second place to Bridget Belden of Traverse City East Middle School. And first place in-depth feature for middle schools goes to Nishka Kalantri of Clegg Middle School. Human interest feature in Division 5 is our next category. Our honorable mention to Taylor Casper of Traverse City East Middle School. Third place to Zahra Asin of Clegg Middle School. Second place to Jackson Ober of Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. And first place human interest feature in Division 5 goes to Jessica Wu of Clegg Middle School. Personal narrative is our next category in Division 5. Our honorable mention goes to Isha Savi of Clegg Middle School. Third place goes to Bridget Belden of Traverse City East Middle School. Second place goes to Janet Yang of Clegg Middle School. And first place personal narrative in Division 5 goes to Abby Houghton of Traverse City East Middle School. Personality profile in Division 5, we have a third place award going to Emily Hu from Clegg Middle School. Second place to Satvika Ramanathan of Clegg Middle School. And first place personality profile for Division 5 goes to Ethan Minster, Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Our next category is diversity coverage. And in Division 5, we have a second place award going to Jessica Wu at Clegg Middle School. And first place here goes to Emily Hu and Alex Hanna at Clegg Middle School. Environmental health or science writing here, Division 5, honorable mention going to Bridget Belden from Traverse City East Middle School. Third place to Olivia Lau of Clegg Middle School. Second place to Lakshya Jaganesh of Clegg Middle School. And first place, environmental health or science, goes to, in Division 5, Luke Mamu, Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Our next category is alternative story form. In Division 5, our honorable mention goes to Rebecca Muthiala of Clegg Middle School. Third place goes to Zian King of Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Second place to Michael Sparks of Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. And first place goes to Lakshya Jaganesh of Clegg Middle School. Sports feature stories, the next category. In Division 5, our third place goes to Rebecca Muthiala of Clegg Middle School. Second place to Kanev Kalmadi of Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. And first place sports feature story in our Division 5 goes to Tanishka Tawari of Clegg Middle School. Sports news story is the next category, and in Division 5, we have a third place award going to Adrian Nugem of Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Second place to Benson Ling of Clegg Middle School. And first place sports news story in Division 5 goes to Emily Hu, Clegg Middle School. All right, our final grouping of categories here in Division 5 is news photography. First up is sports action photo, and in Division 5, we have a second place award to Emily Hu from Clegg Middle School. And first place sports action photo goes to Emily Hu as well from Clegg Middle School. Sports feature photo is the next category, and in Division 5, we have an honorable mention to Kanav Kamadi of Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Third place also goes to Kanav Kamadi of Cranbrook Kingswood. Second place, Emily Hu from Clegg Middle School. And first place, sports feature photo in Division 5 goes to Emily Hu, Clegg Middle School. News feature photograph is our next category, and in Division 5, we have a second place award going to Anjali Nataraja of Clegg Middle School. First place here goes to Satvika Ramanathan of Clegg Middle School. Environmental portraits are next category, and in Division 5, we have a third place award going to Gus Effinger of Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Second place to Zian King of Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. And first place environmental portrait for Division 5 goes to Emily Hu from Clegg Middle School. Photo story is our final category. In Division 5, we have a third place to Kanav Kamadi of Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Second place to Satvika Ramanathan of Clegg Middle School. And first place photo story for Division 5 goes to the Crane staff at Cranbrook Kingswood Boys Middle School. Congratulations to all of our fantastic middle school contest winners. You can get the MIPA Awards badge. Remember, I told you about it at the beginning of the show. It's a digital credential that you can use on social media, your portfolio site, or your email signature to signify that you are a MIPA Award winner. All you need to do to get the badge is use this QR code to get to our form to fill it out, or go to the URL here on the screen, or visit MIPA's website, find the contest results page, and you'll find a link to our awards badge information there as well. Advisors, we will be shipping award certificates in a paper form to you at your school unless you want them in another way. If you want to get your award certificates instead as a PDF instead of paper, we can do that. There are some other options you can also take a look at. All you need to do is visit our award shipping information page, find the awards menu at the top of MIPA's website, scroll down to the award shipping information item. If you found a spelling error or other mistake amongst our awards results today, please let me know about it so that we can fix the problem. If we get that information very quickly, we can make sure that award certificates are corrected and we don't have to do any reprints later. If you have any other questions about MIPA contests or awards, please contact me in the MIPA office. Happy to talk with you about it. Again, congratulations to all of our contest winners. I'll be back here tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 to announce the winners in our digital media and multimedia category. That includes social media, amongst some other things. After the conclusion of that awards announcement, I will then be announcing the results in MIPA's Spartan Awards contest. So stick around back here tomorrow for more awards fun from MIPA. Again, thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations to all of our award winners. I'm Jeremy Steele, coming to you live from the MIPA office at Michigan State University. Have a fantastic evening, and I hope to see you all really soon.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.